In the event that if your line drop, well, as a halfway, no worries. What you need to do is you click the three dots button to resume your polling sessions. Yeah. Once you have completed your polling sessions, what you need to do is just get it submitted and leave the meetings room and we call it a day, right? So without further ado, so let me pass the host to Mr. Jasip. Jasip, over to you. Yeah.
Thanks, Alex. Good morning, everybody. First of all, if you can hear me, then you put in the chat box. Yes, you can hear me. Yes, yes, or reaction button to indicate that you can hear me. Yeah. Okay, good, great. So, all right. Good morning, everybody. As usual, we are going to go through the CPD session this morning. Maybe after an hour plus, we will have a break, and then we will carry on. Thanks, Lai. After about an hour plus, we'll have a break and then we will resume until the end of the session. The today's session is talking about why fire insurance is a must. This will enable you to actually uh, influence or say encourage the correct word, encourage your customers to make sure that they have their properties or their assets covered against fire, fire risk, and not only fire risk. When you say fire insurance, we are talking about multiple risks that we will look at one by one, slowly. Yeah. Today we will look at the entire scope so that you can see that actually it's very important to understand what fire insurance is all about before we can tell to the customer why fire insurance is very important. Especially the way how to manage the coverage for the customer, not just taking a fire, basic fire, but to manage the entire coverage. Certain areas need to be amended, or a clause need to be added, or a peril needs to be added. We will discuss all this along the way. Yeah. And if you have any question, as usual, put in the chat box. Feel free and put as many questions as you want. The last session I had, a lot of people put a lot of questions. Whether related or not related is okay, because we are here to learn. At least by the end of the session, you take back something which is relevant to you, and can help you to close the fire insurance or any other insurance. Okay, without further ado, we move with the session. Okay, news. If I say fire insurance is very important, fire can happen anywhere. It is not so. The weightage is not so there, but the news is telling us that an average about 6,000 premises are destroyed by fire every year. This is fire and rescue, fire brigade department. General Director Dr. Wan Cheng for weightage. 40% of those involve private houses now. 60% involve all type of business. You run business, you have a risk of fire. Fire can happen anyway, anytime, anyhow. So we need to understand that certain circumstances, fire will be covered under the fire insurance. Certain circumstances, it will not be covered. So we need to understand all this, when it is covered and when it's not covered as well. So New Straits Time, 23,000 of my saving are all gone, says Karak, fire victim. Grocery shop operator Sini Wasakam suffered a double blow in fire tragedy. Not the house, only the stock. Everything got damaged. 2nd October 2021, not so long time ago. Flood. Why are we talking about flood when we're talking about fire? So there are certain perils that we can add into the fire insurance to make it more comprehensive. Flood is one of the cases, very rampant happening in Malaysia. So that is why fire insurance is becoming very important, because fire insurance is the product that you buy to extend to cover flood. Flood hit 7 states in Malaysia every November, December, January, maybe maximum January. November, December, we have a lot of rain and flooding, especially in the East Coast. Some of you, Yellow Star, Kedah, all are normally hit. 7 states in Malaysia were hit by floods on Saturday, and thousands of people were evacuated. So it shows that it is very important to have a coverage. Otherwise, all your destroyed item, you have to bear it yourself. If you have the funds, it's okay. What happen if you don't have enough funds, financially not stable, to recoup back your position to how your shop was before the fire. So you need a fire insurance. Fire insurance from this slide says that it not only cover fire, we also can cover other perils which is related uh, to the business that we are having. Okay, sometimes not other perils, sometimes other products that we need to have as well. But right now we're talking about fire. Even though, even though you take all the precaution, your customer say, don't worry lah, we got fire fighting appliances lah, we got this lah, we got that. We are well prepared lah. Our standard operating procedures are very good. You can have the best of the best, and you take the necessary precaution to make sure your business is protected. But the unexpected could still happen. Risk is uncertainty can happen anytime, anywhere to anybody. It's only whether we are planned to protect ourselves or not. That is why we say buy fire insurance a must so that you protect yourself against this occurrence. What what are you worried about? You're worried about your business asset. Your building get destroyed. There was a huge flood in Kuala Karai in Kelantan, couple years back. The whole row of shops, the building itself is destroyed because the current is too strong. So we need to repair the building. We need to rebuild back the building. Furnitures, don't talk lah, all soaked wet and unusable. Content, stock, merchandise, equipment, shock circuit because water go inside. Television, refrigerator, so many items that we have. And we need to protect it against mostly it's fire lah. Lightning strike. I'll tell you story after about lightning strike. Domestic gas, just telling you the risk first. Later we'll talk about more detail. Certain type of explosion, flood. Flood is very rampant. This is we need to make sure we take care of this flood. Impact damage. Your building is right beside the highway, and the car can fly into your gate and this bang into your gate, or you yourself driving out from your compound can hit the gate, including your own vehicle. So, or wild animals or animals not in your control. So there are many others we will discuss today. What is the purpose of having this risk awareness is that your asset is exposed to certain risks. And if the unexpected thing happens, you will have a financial impact. You need to repair the building. You need to replace the item. And if you have proper fire insurance, all this will be covered. That's the reason we are telling that you should buy a fire insurance. Yeah. Then, before you start selling fire insurance, you need to know the concepts and principles. Just like if you are a building contractor, you want to build a 3-story building, you need to know the foundation, you need to know what type of material to use. All those concepts are related to construction concept. You just can't simply build a building without understanding the nature of the soil. That is a construction concept. Similarly, in insurance also, if you want to sell insurance, you got your own concept. These are the concept must apply. If you do not comply with these principles, when it comes to claim, you won't be able to get the compensation. So we as agent must be very strong in this principle area, 6 areas of 6 principles. Some of you are already very good, it's good. Some of you are new in the business, so you need to really know. You can buy a fire insurance, but you don't have insurable interest, for example. You can't get the claim. So what is insurable interest? Insurable interest means that any legal right according to the law, you are the owner, the title, the interest of a property such that as a building is yours, the stock is yours. Sometimes you have other people's stock in your place. It's called good held in trust. In the policy, if you don't break up, you see, must know everything, otherwise very difficult. You buy the stock insurance, insurance 1 million, but you never break up. Half of it is yours, half of it is other people's, but you are holding it for to do some work for them. So you are responsible for it. So you cover 1 million. You must mention in the policy good health interest how much. If you don't mention in the policy good health interest how much, when you see the policy wording, it is an exclusion. Ah, so you need to add whatever you want to add. You must make sure you must be very clear. You must have a legal right. Furniture, office equipment, which the insured person cover will suffer a financial loss. If you have a financial loss on this item because you are legally it's yours, you are responsible for it. You need to make good the item. A person who has a legal right on subject matter at the time of buying the insurance during the period of insurance has a insurable interest to buy the insurance on the item. Item we call it subject matter. Look at the yellow piece down there. That is an example. If you are owner of the shop, then you buy fire insurance on the property on your name. You are the owner. You buy on your name. But if you are renting the place, you buy insurance on the contents. You don't buy on the shop. The shop, the owner of the shop needs to buy the insurance on the building. Compensation at the time of loss will be based on who has a insurable interest on the item stated in the policy, and if you have insurable interest on the item. Yeah. Do do put your comment in the chat box. If something is hitting your mind that you want to clarify, just type there. Don't worry. Whether it is relevant, irrelevant, as we go along, we will address it. The idea is we all learn together. So any questions, just put there. Don't worry. On any of these principles is okay. Insure utmost good fit. See, insurance principle different than other business. In insurance, the insurance company cannot go and see the place, cannot see the shop lot. I mean, if they want, they can go, but they cannot see every shop lot. Too many properties to cover. So the standard one, they don't touch. They only go for the complicated one. Maybe they go and send surveyor. But otherwise, the only person who can see the property is you, agent. Agent, you are dealing with the customer. You are the eyes and ears of the insurance company. So the underwriter wants to provide you the insurance, needs to know the condition of the property. That is why we have this utmost good faith, truthfully, honestly, declare all the information about the risk, which is material. Material means uh, material fact is an important fact that can influence the underwriter's decision-making process. If you say all high risk, high risk, high risk, underwriter will say loading, loading, loading. If you say good firefighting appliances, underwriter will say discount, discount, discount. So they all base their judgment on what you declare. So you must declare with almost good faith. Insurance policy is not subjected to this rule of caveat emptor. Caveat emptor is a Latin word. Means that let the buyer be aware. It's a normal concept for sales, purchase and sales. If you buy a car, check the car first. You are happy the car, then you pay the deposit and take. Later you cannot say, I don't like the car. Bought already. The buyer must be aware about the item that he's buying. Same with houses. So you buy a house, so you got to check the house first. Once you are satisfied, then you buy the house. It requires both the insurer and the person insured exercise utmost good faith or Uberima Fidal. Both insurer and insured also. Insurer also cannot simply sell product that they cannot claim. Both sides must be honest and truthful. Not honest and truthful only. The word is called utmost. Utmost good faith means honest and truthful. Utmost means 100% must be truthful. So it requires both insurer and insurer to give all their information in the negotiation. This is defined by a positive. Positive means declaration. Whatever the condition of the premises are, must be accurate. All the material fact, important information for underwriting must be declared. Whatever he knows or ought to know, or reasonable person in his conditions should know. A material fact is a fact that influence the prudent underwriter in making decision. See, example, material fact, building construction made of concrete. That is very good. Class 1A, the price will be lower. Then you say building construction class 2, half concrete, half wood. Class 3, all wood, becomes higher the risk. As the construction becomes weaker, the risk becomes higher, the premium goes up. Underwriter needs to know this information. Same with occupation. Office, not so risky. Retail shop, a bit more riskier. Manufacturing, more riskier. So the risk will also increase by the occupation. Occupation that are of high risk will attract a higher risk, higher premium compared to occupation with a lower risk exposure. So underwriter also needs to know what is it occupied as, what's the building construction, what is it occupied as. Location of risk, where is it located? It's located in an area where there is flooding, maybe they won't give you flood. They need to know. Or they give you flood, but they ask you to do a retaining wall or increase the premium. So depending on the underwriter, how he treat the risk based on the location. All these are important information under utmost good faith. Any flammable liquid, charcoal, flammable liquid must declare. If you don't declare at the time of loss, got all this flammable liquid, then you have problem in the claim settlement. Type of goods stored. What type of goods you are keeping in the factory? Is it dangerous good or is it normal goods? What type of goods? Security. You have security to take care of all the security measures, including firefighting appliances, fire extinguishing appliances, all this. And claim history also very important. What happened before not claim in this area or in your premises. All this underwriter needs to know. From this information that you declare, he will be able to tell you what rate to use and how he's going to manage the approval of your client's insurance. So you want to buy fire insurance, almost good faith is very, very critical, not only for fire, all the policies. And then you have contribution. Insurance works on the concept of indemnity. Indemnity means put you back to the same position as you were as immediately before the loss. Cannot make a profit from a loss. Just say you got a computer you bought 3 years ago, 3,000. Today the computer damaged. We only pay you the price, today's price at the time of loss, 500 ringgit. So can you buy a new computer with 500 ringgit? Where can second-hand computer can buy lah? Why lah insurance company pay so little? Because insurance company does not give you more than what you are actually asking for. Already have. I put you back to the same position. But you can put in clauses. That's why today we're going to learn a bit more on clauses. You can add in clauses to make your policy better. Oh, this computer, if it is damaged, I'm only going to get 500. Might as well I put in a clause called reinstatement value clause. Or sometimes they say new for old clause. Reinstatement value clause means that if your computer you bought 3 years ago was 3,000 and you put in the clause, today the fire happened, we will pay you the price of a new computer of that model, 3,000 also. Provided your sum insured is 3,000. If your sum insured is only 500 ringgit, how to pay 3,000? So two things are important. Your sum insured must be adequate, number one. Number two, we put in clauses to improve it. Otherwise, you get the value of at the time of loss. So contribution comes in is because sometimes you have two policies. You buy the property with the bank, the agent also give you another insurance, two insurance. One insurance with the agent, one insurance with the bank. So how to pay? Loss happen 100,000. See, we do here, okay. Insurance A, you buy the insurance 500,000. Okay. Insurance B, you bought the insurance 600,000. Two policy already. A just say with the this is with the bank, and then B just say we bought from the agent sold the policy. Now two policy already covering the same. So when come to a loss, what happen is that we will not just say there is a loss. Loss uh, 100,000. We cannot have A paying 100,000 and B paying 100,000. That means you will make 200,000. The loss is only 100,000. So the loss is contributed. The contribution is contributed or shared. What happened is A, we look at A sum insured. How much was it? 500,000. Divide with all the sum insured together, 1.1 million. See the yellow color box. Formula for contribution, the sum insured for that particular insurer, 500,000, divide by the total sum insured of all insurers. So you add up 500 and 600 becomes 1.1. Loss is 100,000. So how much do you get? Calculator. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay. Okay, what I want to ask you is that I did a calculation here just now on the contribution. Did everybody get to see the calculation? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah, so you understand now what the contribution is. Somehow this internet nowadays, it will fly you here and fly you there. But as long as I off my video, because I want to make it more secure. So uh, sometimes we got no choice, it happen like that. But the important thing is that if you have more than one policies, you're not going to gain more than one, more than what the actual loss is. You have to share. That is the concept of contribution. So then the most important principle is proximate cost. This one we have to drill this through the customer. What is the main cause of the loss? Okay, I tell you. There was a lightning strike the roof, and the roof was damaged, and then but there is no fire. But the customer got fire insurance. Can claim or cannot claim? Anybody want to answer in the chat box? Can anybody answer? Is that the answer? Yes, can claim. Because the policy is covering not only fire, the policy is covering fire, the policy also cover lightning. So lightning damage to the property, even though there is no fire, is covered. That happened in KL. One shop lot, 4-story shop lot, there is a lift. And then one day there is a very heavy rain, and then I don't know, they say the water come into the motherboard, and the motherboard got damaged, and the lift is not working anymore. So the insured asked for my advice, whether can claim or cannot. So I said, what happened? He said, water damaged the motherboard. I say, if water damaged the motherboard, cannot cover lah, not covered. It is not a flood because it's on the fourth floor. It is just water going through the window and going inside the motherboard and damage. But I say we wouldn't know until we investigate. So you just do the claim. Make a claim and see what insurance company tell you about it. Then we move forward from it. My opinion is if water damage, definitely it's not going to cover, but you see what they say. So insurance company ask them to do ask the repairer, the electrician to come and check the motherboard and make a report. So the electrician make the report to say that actually when he went and saw the motherboard, there is a black mark on the motherboard. He said this is not a water damage, this is a lightning strike. Lightning had during the heavy rain, lightning has struck and hit the motherboard. That's why the motherboard is burned. Black point is burned lightning. So the damage is caused by lightning. Even though there's no fire, have to pay the claim. So you see, one important thing that we have to learn from this lesson, we don't make decision for customer. We are the intermediary. So if there is any claim, we just can give our opinion, but tell them to submit the claim. Let the claim department see whether there is what is the proximate cost of the loss. That's why we're talking here. What is the main cost of the loss? If the cost is covered, pay lah. Same thing. So I ask you one more. The lady cooking in the cooking in the house lah, and then the gas stove exploded. So the gas stove exploded, the kitchen all damaged. But there's no fire. There's all damage here. Pay or don't pay? Can pay. Yeah, can pay. Can pay. Because fire insurance not only cover fire. This is what I'm trying to drill through you. It covers lightning also. It covers domestic gas explosion. Explosion damages by explosion due to domestic gas use. I'll tell you one more story before we we go further. there was this restaurant, and in the restaurant they were cooking food, and the gas stove exploded and damaged the restaurant. Pay or don't pay? Anybody want to answer? Pay or don't pay? The no, don't pay. You think you don't pay? Don't pay, don't pay. Same. Why this one say pay? Don't pay. Where can pay? That is not a domestic gas explosion. That is a commercial. If you are using a commercial purposes, you are selling food and the gas exploded, then it is not covered. You have to cover non-industrial without boiler. And then if you got boiler mean non-industrial with boiler, you have to extend the policy to cover explosion. But this policy never cover explosion, only cover basic cover. So by right should not be paid lah. Not everything is payable lah. Sometimes we have to see lah the situation. This one not payable lah because commercial lah. Insurance company reject, but the owner of the restaurant got a lawyer to answer back the insurance company lah. So the lawyer wrote back to the insurance company and say that when the chef was cooking, before the explosion, the chef was cooking for the staff. It is a domestic use. We are using it for domestic purpose, not for selling to other people. At that time, when the fire happened, it's a domestic use. The policy say explosion due to domestic gas use. So we would appeal that you have to pay for it because it's not a commercial transaction. So memang betul lah. At the end, the insurance company have to pay also. So it depends whether you are going to use it for domestic or for commercial. If commercial, you add in and extra. If for domestic, no need. Same. If you have a restaurant, a manufacturing plant, in the manufacturing plant, you have a canteen. In the canteen, you give free food for all the staff. That one is considered domestic use. But if you are doing commercial, you are selling the food. That is you need to add in. So that the key point is it domestic or commercial use? The gas explosion. That is the key point. Yeah. So these are some of the discussion. I hope you understand. Put some question there. Nobody. We will discuss. Unique or complicated question. So we can try to see how to look at it. Proximate cause is known as the main cause of the loss. When a loss occurs, the onus of proof rests on the person insured, covered, the insured or the claimant. When claim, we call it claimant. This claimant must prove, not insurance company prove. Sometimes the customer say, let the insurance company prove lah. No need lah. Insurance company no need to prove anything. Insurance company is just accepting whatever you say in good faith, utmost good faith. If you have a loss, you prove you have a loss. So the onus or some burden of proving that there is a loss is on the hand of the claimant. Claimant must make a report, claimant must snap photograph, claimant must show all the items that are destroyed. Claimant must do everything. The insured. Insurer's job is just to investigate whether you're saying the truth or not. So when you submit your claim to the insurer will appoint an adjuster. This adjuster will go and check whether through what is the approximate cost, how much to pay, whatever, and then recommend to the insurance company. Insurer will only be liable for what risk is covered under the policy. If it's not covered under the policy, it's not payable. Right now, the basic policy cover 3 items only: fire, lightning, and domestic gas explosion. 3 items. Other than that, we have to extend to cover. Example of proximate cause can happen: fire, cover; lightning, cover; domestic gas explosion, cover; flood, if you have the cover; aircraft damage, if you have the cover; impact damage, if you have the cover; bush lalang, if you have the cover; bursting and overflowing water tank apparatus, if you have the cover. So some of it you need to extend to cover, some of it is already covered. So this is what the adjuster is going to investigate lah, what is the main cause of the loss. Now, there are two things we need to sort out. One is which of these is required by your customer. Flood require, lowland, subsidence and landslide semua. Just a few only. I just showing you. Aircraft damage, is it in the airport area that you need to have aircraft? Impact damage, main road area, got bush lalang around that area. One is, does the customer require this peril cover? Number one. Number two, what does it mean when you say aircraft damage cover? Don't simply say aircraft damage means any aircraft that is specific wording. Doesn't mean flood means water damage, that specific wording. And in the specific wording, there are excess somewhere. Sometimes excess. Excess is the first amount to be borne by the insured. If the claim is 1,000, excess 200, we pay him 800. 200 bear by the insured. Many times happen, insured say, alamak, I claim my insurance company hopeless. I claim my 800, I got 600 only. Why are that? They don't. It's our job to explain the excess. There's an excess involved. Insurance company never cheat. Insurance company follow the terms and condition of the policy. So it's our job to explain the term and condition of the policy. And then, what do you mean by the flood? What do you mean the excess? And what is excluded also got special condition under each extension. If you extend the flood, there are certain things not covered. You have extend bush lalang, certain things not covered. So we need to go through what actually we are covering for our customer. Because at the time of loss, we say we cover bush lalang, but the claim is not payable. Even though the fire is bush lalang. See? Cannot like that. So we need to understand the wording. So we are going to go through the wording. When it comes to wording, I give you an example. Now I'm just giving you awareness. This is all awareness. Number 5, subrogation. You see, the neighbor house, always question, this question is very regular question to me. The neighbor house got fire, from the neighbor house spread to our house, is it covered or not under fire insurance? Answer lah. Who want to answer? Put in the chat box, yes, no, cover, no cover. The neighbor house got fire, from the neighbor house spread to our house, the fire. How? Cover or don't cover? Don't worry, we just go on only. Like that, just give answer. Infinity agency, yes. Anybody else? Pauline, cover. Memang cover lah. We buy fire. We buy fire insurance. Fire happen already, so we have to pay. So, but there are situations where if fire happen, we don't have to pay. I will show you also after. Insurance won't pay. For example, if the fire is burned down by the authority, the government already want to buy the land. They want to make highway, and then you don't want to move from there. You say this is my grandfather's house. My grandfather stay here for 100 over years. How come you ask me to leave this place? Cannot. That's between you and the municipality and the government. You fight with the government nothing to do with insurance company. And then the government go and burn the place because they want to evacuate you, and then you claim insurance. We cannot pay because under our policy say any decision or damages due to the government or authorities, we will not pay the claim. So if the policy does not pay the claim, doesn't mean that you don't get compensation. You can still claim, but claim from the person who caused you the damage. So you claim from the government, don't claim from the insurance company. Insurance company not going to pay. You have to claim from the government, like that. Same with motor It's government vehicle, knock you. Insurance company, they got no insurance. So you cannot claim against the insurance company. So you have to claim against the government. Your policy cannot claim. You go to government and claim. Like that. If you want to claim for third party. Okay, third party property damage. Aman. Let's go on back here. So the neighbor house got fire, spread to your house got burned. Insurance company will pay, correct. Whatever you said is covered, we will pay. But after we pay, one of the condition of or the principle of insurance is that we, the insurer, will take over your rights, the right of the our client. By right, the client supposed to sue the neighbor, but we, the insurance company, having paid you or having decided to pay you, admitted that we're going to pay you, start the process. We will start another process called subrogation. We will take over your right because we're going to pay you now. The right becomes to us, and we will go and sue the neighbor. Insurance company will sue the neighbor for the difference, or whoever the negligent party must be negligent. If not negligent, cannot. So somebody asked me the other day in one of the class, what happened if the neighbor got no insurance? See, neighbor got no insurance. We will still sue the neighbor. If the neighbor got no insurance, he have to take out from his own pocket. Fire policy will not cover him because we are a third party. So he needs to have public liability cover. But this residential, you don't have to worry too much because under residential, there is liability cover inside there up to 50,000. You can extend to 250,000. Maybe you extend to 250,000 better. 50,000 is too low nowadays. People talking billion, we're talking 50,000. Increase it to 250,000, pay $20 extra. Okay, good. You got a good cover. That means there is something happen in your house. The fire spread to the neighbor house. Your house, I'm talking about the neighbor now. The neighbor house. Neighbor house now, in his householder policy, there is a liability cover. That liability cover, when we sue him for our damage to our house, our insurer sue him, he can use that to defend. That policy can pay for it. That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes many of us bought PA. Nowadays, PA in the PA got personal liability, 1 million, 2 million. Inside there got the so if the person is the cooking, in the kitchen, that the kitchen caused a fire, come over here, we are suing that house, that person who's cooking got PA, the first PA can cover third party property damage, third party bodily injury. Because the PA got liability cover, third party cover. Provided must have if don't have, cannot . So I'm telling you that is how we manage the situation. So let me finish the subrogation, then I ask you question whether we are okay or not. That good. Put the question. Put semua. Anybody else want to put question? Put first. Subrogation is the right for one person to stand in the place of another. Subrogation is the right for the insurance company to stand in the place of the insured. That's what it means there. And avail himself all the rights and remedies of the other, and take over the insurer's right to recover from the third party who is at fault. The principle was put forward that the insurer decided to indemnify you, will pay you your fire loss, wants to exercise his right to recover from the third party. The policyholder, important. Policyholder must assist the insurer, must support the insurer, provide all the information, provide and go for the court, everything, help the insurer to recover their subrogation right. But all expenses related to subrogation will be borne by the insurer. Insurer will pay. If the insurer say, hey, please go to the court. You say, how? Taxi fee? Taxi fare? Don't worry. We give you hotel, taxi, 1 day makan. Insurer will pay for it. Please give us all this document. I have to photo set document. How? Now mind you claim, we give you the money. So any cost incurred by the insured in helping the insurer recover subrogation will be borne by the insurer will pay. But if it is your own claim, you have to bear everything yourself. Your own, you're making your own claim, you all the cost is your own. We just pay the claim amount. Next dog or fire, bomba spray water to our contents is covered by our is it covered by our own insurance. Okay. Later I will be doing the bomba part. That is in the policy got bomba term and condition about bomba. So but what I just give you a gist lah. Later we go the detail . I'm going to detail everything one by one. We got time one today. No worry. We're going to make sure we are able to make this class such a way that to buy insurance, fire insurance is a must. We will make it compulsory or important or almost mandatory. Must buy lah. Because so many things you see, all you talking is all relevant. Now, the neighbor house got fire. The bomba came to the neighbor house. He shoot the water, and then he saw that the fire is going to spread to the neighbor house. So he also put water this side. This side of the wall that is with the neighbor house, and the wall got damaged lah, and the stock got damaged, and the neighbor is insured with us. Now, in the bomba clause, bomba term says that any damages due to water damage by the bomba, which is reasonable and necessary to stop the fire from spreading, will be covered on top of your sum insured. So it is not something to do with your sum insured. Your sum insured won't be affected. The bomba cost will be paid. If bomba charge you a bomba fee, we will pay 3,000, no problem. Not 3,000, normally 3,000. We will pay the cost of the bomba. If your stock is damaged, we will pay because it's covered. The bomba on top of your normal sum insured, the policy also is extended to cover any loss or damages due to bomba, including water damage. Doris, covered. Later we will see the detail. If okay, just say okay lah, Doris. Just add back down there. Okay, understood. So we can close this topic. Yeah, very good question. Bomba is always, everybody asks this question. After we will go through the bomba, for this question that you asked, yes, it is covered. Other questions also can please put there. Don't worry. Today we got mood on answering question. Like that. Thanks. Okay, this is a different one. Personal liability in PA include damage to house compensating during fire. Yeah. PA, if that person, PA is not covering the house, it's covering the person. Personal liability. He is liable to whatever action he do. Actually, all of this is under what we call common law. Okay, common law. Common law is what we say. Hold on. If got PA lah, you cannot see personal liability. Yes, correct. You use correct word. Personal liability in the PA. If the PA got personal liability, common law is that everyone needs to provide a duty of care to the surrounding. Sometimes use the neighbors, including bodily injury to the neighbor, including property damage to the neighbor. We are liable if we cause any damages to around. If you go across the road, a car is coming and the car don't want to knock you, but the car move aside and knock the building. The building got damaged, and then it is construed that it is due to your negligence for crossing the road that caused everything happen. Your PA got a personal liability. The liability can cover. The objective of liability is to protect you against any bodily injury, third-party property damage, including legal fees from being sued from third party who is having a financial loss due to our negligence. Because we have a duty of care not to be negligent. So the neighbor house who is actually cooking or what, maybe negligent in cooking or what, the fire spreaded. The cause is the negligence of that person. Spread the fire to the next house. If that person, not the house, the person got PA, and the PA got personal liability cover, which most of the PA nowadays got. And they sue the house, cannot get, they must sue the person, and then the person can use his PA to pay for it. Yes, the PA can cover damages to the house to compensate, provided the sum insured is adequate up to the sum insured of the PA personal liability. Quite big sum insured, 1 million, 2 million, so I can see. Okay, is that okay? Okay. So any more questions? Just keep on asking. Yeah. Subrogation is we done the sentence. Now let's look at the yellow one. If the fire was due to a negligent third party, must be negligent. and the insurer will pay the policy holder first, and thereafter initiate recovery from the negligent party. Now the negligent party is the one that needs to have a policy to protect him. If he doesn't have a policy to protect him, cannot. If he is a restaurant, the neighbor is a restaurant, the restaurant got a PA policy, public liability policy, and that policy also can cover. Business policy is called public liability. Personal, personal liability. Or sometimes they inside the house owner, householder also liability. So many policies covering liability here and there. We need to have. That's why fire policy very important. Okay. Let me finish the last one, then we can ask whether we are okay until here or not. So indemnity means to put you back to the same position. You cannot make a profit from a loss. The principle indemnity requires insurer to restore back the insured to the same financial position. That's why we have to add in clauses. I say now, sometimes cannot. My machine is 1 million. I bought 5 years ago. If today anything happened to my machine, I'm only going to get 200. How 200? How to buy new machine? Then agent can say, we can add in a reinstatement value clause. We cover your old machine at 1 million. Must cover at, the value as a new machine. If 200,000, you cover 200,000. That is the maximum liability we will pay. Must cover 1 million. And then you put in the clause, reinstatement value clause. Anything happen, we give you 1 million to buy your new machine. Then you say it's correct. Insurance company is correct. So some of this we have to adjust the policy. Because policy is an indemnity policy. We need to make it a new for old policy. The principle of indemnity requires the insurer to restore and compensate back the same financial position immediately before the loss, subject to the sum insured. If sum insured not enough, you got average clause will apply. Sum insured. You took the building 500,000. Also before that, the building, 3-story building. You bought the building, customer bought the building 3 million. Don't insure 3 million. That is a market value. For building, we say reconstruction value. The damages for building, we will use reconstruction value as the basis of compensation. Reconstruction. Now, how to reconstruct balik? So take the square feet, the width and the length, 20 feet times 50 feet, 1,000 feet times 3-story, 3,000 feet, square feet. Ask the contractor, 1 per square feet, how much? 200. 200 times 3,000, 600,000. So the 3 million building, actually to restore or reconstruct balik, make it back good, is only 600,000. Why are you covering for 3 million? Don't cover market value, cover reconstruction value. Nowadays they have the calculator, some insurance calculator, whatever. They by area you put the square feet, they will give you the value already. Because different area got different per square feet value. Town more expensive, out of town cheaper, basically. Yeah. So sum insured is 500,000. But the reconstruction of the building is 600,000. Then fire happened, the loss is about 100,000. Insurance company won't pay you 100,000. They will take the sum insured. Formula down there in the yellow color box. Sum insured is 500. Divide by 600 times the loss, 100,000. So this one will give 5/6 of the 100,000. Anybody can calculate? 5 divided by 6 times 183. 83.33. So you got less than 100,000. Customer very angry. Customer say, I insure for 500,000. My loss is only 100,000. Pay me 100,000 lah. If my loss was more than 500,000, I agree with you. You pay me only 500,000. But this one I cover 500,000. Why you pay me so little? Dispute happen. Because of this clause. Average clause. Insurance companies say you must cover the correct sum insured. If everybody cover the correct sum insured, the money comes into the pool. It's easy for the insurance company to pay compensation fairly to everybody. But everybody is paying correct sum insured. You are paying less sum insured because you underinsure. You will be penalized. You are not providing sufficient premium to the pool. That is why we use the formula your sum insured over the actual value times the loss. So this is what insurer will pay. If you don't believe me, you look at yourself. You never cover 100,000. Your share, the difference, and then times 100,000 will give you the difference. $16,000. You have to contribute your share because you undercover this undercover. This undercover share you have to contribute, and we contribute 83.33. Total is 100,000. That is the loss. So do not ever under insured. Over insurance is okay, but don't under insurance. For stock, merchandise, equipment. This one you can use market value minus depreciation. Yeah. Anything that is can move here and move there, we call market value. How much is the market value for a new machine? Then we minus depreciation. There's no problem. But for building, we cannot because building is on the land. The land got value. Even though the fire burn also, the land is still there. Last time, I always advise the bank people, public bank always. They always insure their client up to the market value, their loan value. I say cannot. You're not going to get back your loan value. Insurance doesn't work on loan value. Insurance work on reconstruction value. You don't worry lah. The building burn also never mind. You got the land is still with you. Mortgage to you. So now they understand. Okay. Okay. So what we have done. So what we have done is that we have covered all the principles that applies to insurance. See, all those things is very relevant, and comes to claim. All this is the same area that we are talking about. About 60 to 70% of the policies all talking about this 6 area, and we have managed it very well. All of you understand now these principles, how it works. Yes, no, okay, or any other subsequent question that you want to ask me now. Only regarding this area. The principle, the proximate cost or subrogation you want to ask me, or contribution you want to ask me, or almost good faith, anything you want to ask me on this area, I can add on some information for you. If not, put there, okay, we are okay for me to go to the next area. Chat box. Can I get some response in the chat box? That is old. This one is 9:51 now. Okay. Okay, on Paulina. Okay, be free. Don't be stingy with your messages lah. We are here to to learn. So if you don't put messages, I also don't know what is happening there. Now, next time physical, I can compare lah. But now no choice. We have to do over the computer. So I need your response to ensure that I am doing correctly. Could I have one more calculation for 3 contribution? Boleh, very good. Ask and you shall be given. So you say contribution. Let's look at one more example. Contribution. You buy from insurer A 500,000 for your building. Just say apartment building lah. And then subsequently the bank also, okay, this one we say agent. This all real case can happen. So you know that it happened. Buy from agent. And then subsequently, this is a condominium. What happened here? Condominium. gone out. I do again. Okay, this is a condominium. So A cover 500,000 through a agent. And then the management corporation B, they are responsible to cover the entire condominium. They cover your lot for 400,000. This is by management corporation of the condominium committee lah. And then C, the bank also took, because they got loan 700, they took the loan 700. This is by the bank. Now you see, not 2 policies, 3 policies already taken. No point. Free already. And then, for example, there is a loss happen, which is 50,000, for example. So A, all will have to contribution. All have to contribute. A, take their own share first. Divide by everybody's share. 9, 4, 5, 7, 9, 1.6. million times 50,000, the loss. And then B will pay their share 400,000 only. Divide by everybody's share 1.6 million. Okay, times 50,000. Right. C will pay their share 700 divide point 1.6 million. So what we get here is that A will have to pay, take his share 500, divide by 1.6 million times 50,000, 15,000 here. Then B will pay around 50,000. I just round up. Divide by 1600 times 50,000. They will pay 12,500. And then C will pay 700. Divide by 1600 times 50K, 21,000. 88 something. 88. So you add up all this together, will give you still 50,000. So somewhere is 0.22 here lah. Total amount is still the same, but this total amount now is distributed between 3 insurer, not 2 insurer. Since your question is 3 insurer, how you manage? Every insurer will have to participate. 4 also, you do the same way. 5 also do the same way. But the eventual amount going out cannot be more than 50,000. That is 50,000. This 50,000 is spread among all the insurers according to proportionate of their sum insured. Not equal. Equal means wanted. This is not wanted. And this is based on the sum insured. Okay. Laya, I given you that. For 1 and 2, please explain again because miss out earlier slide training. What do you mean by 1 and 2? I don't understand 1 and what do you mean by 1 and 2? The principle, is it? Correct lah. 15.65, correct. Okay, it's good. I don't understand your 1 and 2. Oh, you're talking about this principle. I can do very quick one. No issue. I can do a quick one. No worry. I do it very fast for you. It's also a good revision for the rest. Okay, we just do a quick one on the number 1 and number 2. Number 1 is insurable interest. Before you buy any of your client want to buy insurance, he must be the owner. He must be have interest, legal right. Then only he can buy insurance. Now, if you are the shop owner, you look at the yellow thing. If you are the owner of the shop, you must buy the insurance, not your tenant. Don't say tenant buy insurance for me. No. You are the owner as far as the legal is concerned. You buy insurance. Tenant buy for their contents. If you're renting a premises, you buy for the contents. The owner still will have to buy for the building. You cannot transfer your legal obligation to the tenant. If you say in my rental agreement, the insurance on the building also you have to buy, cannot work in the law. Insurance will not cover anything that you don't have an interest. Compensation will be based on whatever item that you have covered. Very clear, straightforward. This insurable interest. Only thing I was highlight when you came in there is the stock here. The stock here sometimes we are keeping customer stock also together with us. So it's called good health interest. If you don't mention this in the policy, good health interest will be exclusion, not covered. To cover good health interest, you must mention in the policy. For example, you got stock 1 million, I say 50,000. 50,000 is your own stock, and 50,000 is somebody's mic is on. 50,000 is your own stock. 50,000 is Chuan Chua. Chuan Chua. Okay, 50,000 is your own stock, and 50,000 is good health interest, so 100,000. You must break it up and mention what is goods that are held on trust. That's all I'm trying to say here. Other than that, I didn't say anything else. As long as you're the owner, you can cover it. I can give you one more example, just to very clear you. One day I doing training for public bank, and then in the training, one lady carry her hand. She said, Justip, I cover my mother's property. Is it okay or not? I say, very good. You as a daughter, you're paying for her premium. It's very good. She said, no, you don't understand. I buy the insurance for my mother's house on my name. I said, why you do that? You don't have insurable interest. No, you don't understand. My mother is 90 years old. She can die anytime. So I want to make sure I cover the property. But I say you don't have insurable interest. Who know, maybe your mother got another boyfriend. She want to give the boyfriend the property, not give you. How? So only this person who having insurable interest should be named as the insured. So what you should do is that buy the property on your mother's name, but pay the premium. Can. So that is insurable interest. And number two, very, very important, must disclose all information so that underwriter, they can make decision. Underwriter is not there to see the premises most of the time. So they require agent and require the proposal form, require information. Please give them all the information, because the premium that they're going to derive is based on the construction, on the occupation. Sometimes the loading location, they want to cover flood or don't want to cover flood, or subsidence and landslide want to cover or not. What type of goods you are having there? Is it high risk or not? Higher risk, higher premium. Type of goods stored. The goods can cause fire, high risk or not. Any security measures, firefighting appliances, any claim history. All this information will give the underwriter a good understanding of the risk. Then only they can cover it. So insurance works on a concept called utmost good faith. Both parties must equally be truthful and transparent, not like other normal contract. Normal contract is called caveat emptor. Caveat emptor, let the buyer be aware. You want to buy a house, you check first, you buy. Tomorrow you're gonna say, I don't want to buy already. That's caveat emptor. Okay, is that good enough for your question? The repeat of the two part. That's all. You missed the rest. All is okay. All right. So finish on the concept. Once you got the concept, it's very easy to do the subject matter. Subject matter, now we focus on what you want to cover, what type of risk, what is the definition of the risk, what is the policy condition, what the term. All this now we go into that area. We will still do a bit more. Okay. So in a nutshell, this fire insurance is good or suitable for building. You got a building, you can cover fire insurance. Stock, make sure you break up. Good health interest and your own stock, you're going to break up. Furnitures, raw material, finished good, whatever items that you have, we call it subject matter, is suitable for fire insurance. But fire insurance only cover three main risks: fire, lightning, and domestic gas explosion. I explained to you just now about domestic gas. I gave you the restaurant example. I gave you the house example. And then you add in other perils. This is what we're going to do now. Follow the fire tariff. If the sum insured less than 10 million, we say follow the fire tariff. But if the sum insured is more than 10 million up to 100 million, now I understand that there's a changes up to 100 million, then Great Eastern underwriter can do the rating for you. It's called self-rating. There's a form, they follow the form, and then the format, depending how old is your building, how is your wiring, how your firefighting appliances, they can give you their own preferred rate. So preferred rate means you got good chance lah to secure it. The rate is normally lower than the market lah, allowed by Bank Negara. And then more than 100 million, the industry will do special rating. They will send their people to go to, or you can have your surveyor to do, but they will review your documents all. And then the industry will do a special rating which applies, everybody can use it. So there are a lot of policy terms and condition, everything in the tariff book. There's a book that state how to write this fire insurance, and every company have to, every fire, every insurer have to follow the same terms and condition, which we will go through anyway. Any changes now because of detarification, you can do changes, you can add, you can modify, you can improve. So basically, we have basic cover. If you are agent who just say, hey customer, I got insurance to cover, and then you say, okay, fill up the form and give me, I give you the cover. What happened is that you're giving him basic cover only, fire, lightning, and domestic explosion. You don't even know what is his place happening. You over the phone, you're doing the business. Not good. Tomorrow a good agent comes in, he will go and visit. A good agent must visit the client. When you visit the client, then you can see these 12 different perils coming into picture. Additional cover. This area, I think we better add in landslide and subsidence and landslide. Now, see, different already. This area, we better add in flood, windstorm, whatever. So, depending on your survey, have a look, review, and see which are suitable additions that you can add onto this policy. So that is the second part that we are going to go to do now. But be aware, there is policy condition. When it comes to claim, condition precedent to liability. What it means that the condition that we will apply in order for us to pay you the claim. Condition precedent to liability. In order for us to pay you the claim, you must follow all the policy condition. You cannot breach the policy condition. If you breach the policy condition, we will not pay the claim. So policy condition also very important. We are going to go through. Don't worry. We are going to go through all these additional perils. We are going to go through policy condition. Exclusion. Also, we will go through. Exclusion means not covered. Excess. First amount to be borne by the insured. Just now I explained, the claim is 800. Excess is 200. We only pay 600. And then warranty is very important. Warranty is a restriction. Warranty is a compliance, very important, very strict. A breach of warranty, a breach of the whole policy. There was one case in Sunway, KL, PJ Sunway. The sundry shop got fire. And then the retail outlet will carry with it warranty 3A. Warranty 3A says that you cannot have kerosene more than 900 liters or something like that. And during the fire, the adjuster checked, got 1,000 liter. So he reject the claim. The claim got nothing to do with the kerosene, nothing. It's something else, fire somewhere else, nothing to do. But because you breach the warranty, you breach the policy condition, they will not pay the claim. So if you cannot comply with the warranty, you have to change the warranty. From 3A, maybe put 3B. 3B say can have as much kerosene as you like as allowed by the government. Okay lah. Settle already. Pay a bit extra premium. So always look out for this warranty. Go through the warranty with the client. If cannot comply, change it. Clauses makes the policy better. One of the clauses I already shared with you is reinstatement value clause. There are many other clauses. Endorsement, any changes you want to do, make sure it's black and white. Don't simply say, customer, okay, I will do for you. No. Please give me an email stating what you want, and then I will follow up with the insurance company, black and white. Because come to claim, they ask you black and white. and any other provisions. Then only we'll come into this basic cover. Just a minute, James. Just give me a few minutes, then we'll come to your question. I will touch your question a while. Let me just clear this one more slide, and then I'm ready to take your question. So if you look at the fire policy only said in the operation side, the operation clause, this policy will compensate the losses due to fire and lightning. That's all it says, Where got say about domestic gas explosion? Never say. If I follow this operative clause very closely, policy will compensate damages due to fire and lightning during the period of insurance up to the limited liability amount. The policy is only covering fire and lightning. That's all. Nothing else covering. Provided fulfillment, observation, fulfillment of term and condition. This is what is stated in the policy. But if you go down the terms and condition, and then you reach to condition number 8, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. You read the H. H will say any loss, damage, occasion, or through or consequences of explosion. But this explosion was due to domestic use, domestic boiler gas illuminated for domestic use. In which gas is not generated for any gas work or whatever, it is considered as loss by fire. So here it qualified to say that if there is a domestic gas explosion, we consider it as fire. That is why I say basic fire got 3 cover: fire, lightning, domestic gas explosion. Don't get confused. The fire and lightning will appear right up front the policy there to say that this is the main cover, and the explosion is equal to fire in a interpretation under clause 8. Condition 8 will say, don't worry, domestic gas explosion is considered as fire. But it never say commercial. Commercial cannot, must be domestic. Okay. Then we go on or to understand a bit more. Wait first, James. Let me finish. Okay, I can do it. I can do it here. We can do this after break. Let me finish James' question. If the house is vacant due to the owner staying in Singapore, they only come back 1 or 3 times. Can she buy fire insurance in the house if it is covered? Now, we have to look at the policy wordings later. Policy wording will say that if the house is left unoccupied for more than 30 days, there is no cover for fire. So only come back 1 to 3 months. That means most of the time is vacant, unoccupied. The policy won't be operative. Claim come in, they won't get the claim. So what they need to do is that they need someone to come and on the light, clear up the house, clean up the house, whatever, every once, at least once a month. 30 days, they then give 90 days. If theft means 90 days, house owner, householder, theft means 90 days. But for fire, the coverage is only 30 days. Later I'll show you the wording. Okay? James, okay, James? You cannot leave the house unoccupied for more than 30 days. If more than 30 days, fire is not covered. So in order to cover this, if your client, if this is your client, then you need to ask the client to get someone to come and check the house once a month. As long as there's once a month somebody coming regularly checking on the light, off the light, or whatever. Correct rental. Rental got somebody renting the house, no problem. It's unoccupied. If somebody is renting, no problem. If he left it for his own use, he just come back for his own purpose, cannot. High risk of things going wrong. Even bursting, overflowing water tank apparatus also says the same thing. 30 days you cannot. Fire also cannot. Okay, that is your question. Okay, now let's look at the time. We will take a break here now. I'm just seeing what time to come back. Let's add 45, 25 minutes line up. Okay, 10:45. 10:45 we will resume back the session. Okay, we have a tea break now, and then we start back at 10:45, huh? Okay, then we go to more details already lah. If yes, put in the chat box, you understand. Okay, noted. Okay. Nurul also put for you already in the chat box, huh? Okay, I see you in a while. Put your questions, if you are around still, you are got some question, put while we're having coffee. After come back, I check your question also, huh? Don't wait until we come back. You can still put your question.
Insurans boleh masuk dia mah 13 hari ini dia masuk pun boleh mah masuk 13 lah. Target dia pilih hari ini masuk 13 lah. Dia insurans dia orang boleh tahu cakap besok start. Itu macam lah.
Okay, we are starting now. Limpo Kim, your mic is on. Okay, are we there? Are we back? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So let's go on with where we stop. So basically, we started off. We are talking about the operational. When you look at the policy, what fire insurance operationally states that it covers fire and lighting. But as you scroll down, one of the condition 8 will say that domestic gas explosion is also considered as a fire. Therefore, basic fire will cover fire, lightning, and domestic gas explosion. And then let's go on from here. Okay, so if the risk is more hazardous, the higher the premium would be. And the risk evaluation by the underwriter is based on the occupation and construction. Construction 1A means fully concrete. 1B is half concrete, half metal, incombustible material. Class 2 is called construction class 1A, construction class 1B. Class 2 means that half concrete, half wood. And class 3 is all wood, open-sided. So as we go along, the construction type of class, 1A will attract the lowest premium and class 3 will have the highest premium. Yeah. Mostly in Malaysia, we will see 1A. Many factories also still nowadays all 1A, but there are still some balances which are 1B, half concrete, half metal. Class 2 and class 3 are disappearing, basically. Short period rate is if you cover the policy less than 1 year, the insurance company will use a table like motor, so what same. 3 months, maybe they give 50%, 60%, you must follow the table. Table is one detect the terms. Short period, less than 1 year, it's called percentage of the annual premium will be charged. Silent risk, sometimes you have this customer. For example, he is a plant and for 3 months, he stopped his operation for a while. Don't go rate him as a vacant, because vacant means it's empty. Silent means the machines are there, the structure, the processing, the concept is all there, but it is not running, it is not in operational. Maybe due to having losses, they want to get finance. While waiting for finance, they close for a while. We don't know how long. So what you should do is that immediately get them to write to you black and white to say that it is business has been stopped for now. Please endorse the policy to silent risk. Silent risk means non-operational risk. When later they start back the business, then you go back to the same rate. Go back to the occupational rate. So you can save premium for your customer. Silent. Silent means business is not in operational. Vacant means empty. Non-occupied. Non-occupied means nobody is occupying the place. Yeah, none. Not occupied. BICC is building in cost of construction. You can buy for a construction job. The contractor can buy a fire insurance rather than the CAR. But when he buy a fire policy, he only cover fire, lightning, domestic explosion, or any of the extra perils that he wants to cover. Not suitable because in a construction, the risk is bigger than just fire. It is a theft also can happen, accident can happen, third party can get injured. So a construction contractor or risk cover very huge exposure. Third party, surrounding properties, all it covers. So even though the fire insurance allow you to cover your business under building in cost of construction, it is more meaningful for construction jobs to cover under contractor or risk. Yeah. And then if you have firefighting appliances sufficient, that internal appliances, internal in the building, external outside the building. Internal and external. You got a bomba team. You got trained workers who can take over the bomba role by waiting for bomba to come in. They can be firefighting team they call it. And other things you get more discount to your premium. That means your premium become less and less because the less hazardous, the less premium. Only point I want to say is that if you take this fire extinguishers appliances discount, or FEA discount, it comes with a warranty, a clause, a warranty. Yeah? The warranty say that all your firefighting appliances must be maintained every year in working condition. The sticker must say it is already gone for servicing, maintenance, servicing, and must be working at the time when the fire happened. So you never do servicing, you took the discount, and then at the time of fire cannot use your fire extinguisher. The risk is not covered. So better don't take the FE discount if you are not a detailed person. If your client is not a detailed person who just buy things and leave, don't talk about client lah. One day I doing training for insurance company, big insurance company. Malaysia also got one happen, Indonesia also happened to me. So in the class, I'm talking to about 200 people over and I'm telling them about fire extinguishers must be maintained and how to look at the sticker and all that. And then I say, where is the fire extinguisher here? They all don't have. In the big hall don't have. So I turn, maybe in the store. Yeah, memang the fire extinguisher is all thrown in the store. So when I took it out, it already expired for 5 years. So not responsible. How are we going to tell other people to be responsible? But they say this one not their duty. This one the duty of the building managers. IT lah. But still also, if you want to have the firefighting appliances discount, make sure you have firefighting appliances put at the correct place, correct height and number, and correct purpose also. Certain fire extinguishers cannot use for computers. So different fire appliances for different purposes. And the warranty must comply. And then you can add in clauses like reinstatement value clause. Later you see we want to every policy, fire policy do not cover 3 important important coverage, but it's not covered. Let me put it here so that our discussion can cover this as well. Removal of debris. You know, when Kuala Karai had a big flood and then they had a fire insurance, they had a flood cover. So the insurance company already done the assessment. They want to repair the building. They cannot go in because all the dirt, the debris, everything is everywhere. So they told the owners, you clean up this area, then only we will do the repair. But they don't have money to clean it up. 7 to 9 months lying on the street. So not covered. So you need to cover this one by a clause, and then got professional fees, architect fee. When the building is destroyed, we want to build up the building, we need to get approvals, professional fees. Also, the insurer will ask the client to come up with a plan and show me all the approvals. Don't have money, how to approve? Then add this inside the clause so that insurer will pay for all these costs. Rental. 3, I already give you a rental. Building is not fit to be to stay, so you need to rent another place for a while. The cost of rental can also be included. If your current place is 2,000 times take 12 months means is 24,000. Up to 24,000 they will give you for a year. In case the building needs to be repaired 6-7 months, they pay lah. Until it is 6-7 months times 2 is 14,000 they will pay you. So this is not covered. Should be included as clause. So you include as a clause lah. So these 3 you can add as a clause. Yeah. And then there are exclusion. Exclusion means not covered. We will go through the whole list of exclusion later. If any of the risks happen due to an exclusion peril, not covered. Even though it's fire, it's mentioned as excluded, not covered. Bush lalang. If you never take the extension, fire happened due to bush lalang. It's an exclusion. It's stated in the policy, not covered. Authorities caused the fire, not covered. So there are many areas not covered under exclusion. Excess is the first amount you have to pay in case there is a loss. So I say like the excess is 200, the loss is 800, we pay you 600. 200 is to be borne by the insured. Okay, let me take this question first. Good. Put don't worry, I just put the questions there. We will review as it comes. Good. We are learning something. If the fire extinguisher is not serviced but the premium got discount, they won't pay the claim. In the clause, whenever they give you a discount, they put in a clause, fire extinguishing appliance discount clause. And in the clause, it's mentioned there, all fire appliances must be serviced. That is why better don't take the discount. If you are not going to service your appliances, tell the client very clearly, you got to service your fire extinguishers. You've got fire and this is not serviced, the claim won't be payable. Exactly what you just mentioned here is correct. AP 086463. Clear? Better. That's why sometimes we advise client not to take the discount, just normal. If normal fire happen, pay lah. But now you get a discount. You want to reduce premium, but you don't want to be responsible for what the reduction of premium. The reduction of premium is because you have a firefighting appliances. But the firefighting appliances is not working. It's just like not having a fire appliances. You already got a discount without the purpose. Do you suggest remove the bridge without or separate? I will talk about this. Once we come to this area, I will talk about this. What is my opinion? My personal opinion, I will also give you. You can cover with extra sum insured or without extra sum insured, but I'll tell you what I think. So you can make a decision based on that. No problem. I will share with you later. Okay, good. That's the question. Your question on the remove the bridge will be answered as we go along. That's part of the session. Okay. Fixed commission. Commissions are all fixed. Fire 15%, missionaries or risk 25%, motor 10%, all fixed. So we have to follow the fixed commission. Minimum premium is administrative cost. That's the cost for Great Eastern to issue your policy, to do all the administration work regarding your policy. So any cancellation, minimum premium will still remain. They will not deduct the minimum premium. Highest rate applicable. In the premises, got 3 different occupation. Got laundry lah, got restaurant lah, got the fashion house lah. I don't know what is this. Everything jumbled into one area. So this one got different rate. This all got different rate. So the highest rate will apply. Same with somebody asked me, ground floor is restaurant, first floor is office, second floor is residential. They bought the whole building. Which rate to apply? The highest rate will apply. Provided you want to break up, can. Provided there is a fireproof wall in between both occupation. First floor to second floor, there must be a closing of concrete wall. If the first floor can access to the first floor to the staircase inside and go up, consider one risk only. But many times they say you have to go out from the side, you have to go up. Then you can consider if you can break and have a firewall, each occupation can have its own rate. If you know the sum insured, you can break up sum insured, you can get a different rate for different floor. Premium warranty, 60 days, you must pay your premium. Yeah. Automatic renewal clause, if you got a financial company involved, they will want to have this included, that the risk is automatically renewed. They're scared if you forgot to renew, anything happen, not covered. So they want to make sure it's automatic renew. Compensation, if there's a claim, we pay based on 1C3R. This is just a statement, but I will use 1C3R. 1C means cash. They can pay you cash or transfer to your account, or they can repair, replace, or reinstate. Reinstate reconstruction lebih kurang sama lah. Replace the item with another item, repair it to be working condition, or reconstruct or reinstate back the building. Or pay cash, whichever it is the best solution for the insurer. Insurer to decide, not insured, insurer to decide. Earlier, I have talked about this rating. There are 3 types of rating. Below 10,000, I say they follow the tariff rate. Everything is fixed. Terms, condition, all fixed, follow only. If the sum insured more than 10 million, but this got to upgrade to 100 million. 10 million to 100 million, self-rating. The insurer will rate it himself. I say Great Eastern Underwriting can do it. They got a formula, they got a form, you fill up the form correctly. If the building is less than 5 years, different rate. If got extinguishers inside, got different rate, extinguishers outside, all allowed. Many things are allowed. Firefighting team, wiring, age of building, many things they look into account. And then they will get a self-rating structure. And then you have special rating. Special rating can be applied for risks where the total sum insured exceed 100 million. Special rating can be applied for risks where the total sum insured exceed 100 million. Yeah, then the industry will do the rating. Fire and fire conservation can be added together. There's a PIAM technical committee. They will sit down, they will review, and then they will give you a rate which is less than the other rates. So if you ever come across any client who sum insured more than 100 million, definitely they got a special rate already. Use the rate. The rate is lower than all the other rate. And this rate can be reviewed every 3 years. Must be reviewed. Only valid for 3 years. And revised by the special rating committee. Most important component for rating is construction and occupation. This one, combination of this will give you the rate. 1A, complete concrete. 1B, half concrete, half incombustible material like metal. Class 2, half concrete, half wood. Class 3, all wooden, open-sided. So this is the construction type, class type. The weaker the construction, the more expensive the premium. And the other one is the occupation, hotel, office. Is it rating trading? Is it restaurant? Is it beverage? So all these got different rating. I was talking about this earlier. Then you have the question came out by one of you. Let me see. The Ng Kuan Yu, he asked, what do I recommend? Should I recommend removal of debris without separate sum insured or with separate sum insured? I say I will answer him now. Now is the time I'm going to answer him, or answer all of you for everybody's knowledge. Okay, I said just now that the fire insurance policy do not cover certain things. These are the certain things, and it does not cover. So you need to make sure it's covered because it's very important. It is a must in every fire insurance policy. First, we say why fire insurance is important. Or now we say why these three are important in the fire insurance. Also very important. Now, if you want to cover the removal of debris, your client want to cover removal of debris, they have to say how much they want for the removal of debris. Removal of debris, later we will read what it says. Removing all the scissor debris, dismantling and demolishing structure, clear, not only in your area, adjacent around your area, so we will clear. 30,000. Okay, you say 30,000, we will hire you for 30,000. Is 30,000 sufficient or not? That is the question. Very difficult. Client also sometimes don't know. Agent also don't know how to do this one with separate sum insured. Very difficult to come up with a figure. Sometimes your job is your company is such that they got a lot of lorries lah, they got a lot of workers lah. They don't have lah to add this. No need to put this clause because you can settle it yourself. Or you know people who can do all this clearance and all that. You can get a quotation from them and then you put with the amount, 50,000 for example. But the rule of thumb is always about 10%. 10% of the sum insured. If your sum insured is 1 million, 10% means you cover 100,000 with separate sum insured. But because it is so difficult, maybe it is a better option to go without. When you say without separate sum insured, but you put in this clause, what it says that your sum insured for the building already cover this. If your building is 1 million, 10% is will be used to clear all up to 10%. Clear all the debris. 900,000 will be the repair cost for the building. If your 900,000 is not sufficient, you cannot do that without. So mostly better, if I recommend, you increase your sum insured a bit. Rather than putting 100,000 removal of debris, increase the sum insured a bit by 10% or amount so that you cover without. So become 1.1%, 1.1 million without separate sum insured. You don't have to mention sum insured. In that 1.1 million, already cover removal of debris. Now, even though 100,000 is taken, you still cover the building sufficiently. So over insure the building a bit so that you can cover removal of debris and don't have a width, because width means you are fixed. The amount is already fixed maximum, but without means it is based on the sum insured, 10% of the sum insured, up to a maximum of 2 million aggregated, 2 million if all your buildings. So it's a lot of money covered for the removal of debris. That is my recommendation, but you let the client decide. Same goes for architect fee. Architect or professional fee, the rule of the thumb is 5%. So if 1 million means 50,000. So you can put 50,000 there, or you don't need to put 50,000 without separate sum insured. Let the 1.1 million cover the removal debris, architect fee, and the whole building, everything covered. Easier for you. Don't have to worry. How much is limited? You don't limit the amount. When you limit the amount, you got some problem sometimes. And then the rental. Rental is you can also cover rental. Normally your existing rental amount, then you times how many months you want. Some people take 6 months, but mostly I see take 1 year. 1 year is most safe. So 2,000 and 1 year 24,000. That's how you cover the rental. With a separate sum insured on rental. So this is the table that shows the tariff how is structured. If you are dwelling, class 1A is 0.044, class 1B become higher, class 2 become higher, and this one become higher. If you are flats and then going downwards, the flat it become more expensive. Then you can add in other occupation down here. So okay, is that answer okay for you, Mr. Ng Kwan Yu? Then you close it. Thank you and close it. Okay, thanks. Okay, can still go on adding question. We are having a good discussion. Thank you for your question. Your question was good, was important, important question. Yeah. So how to calculate the sum insured? That's why I say building, you must go by the reconstruction. So building means the current cost of reconstruction. Today, look at your square feet. 20 plus times 50 at 1,000 square feet times 3 story, 3,000 square feet times per square feet at 200 maybe. Ask contractor lah. 600,000. Even though the market value might be 1 million, or you can use the building cost calculator. Piam got building cost calculator. You can go in there and put in some information. You can get estimate cost of rebuilding cost for your building. Use that building value lah. And then you got renovation, improvement. You add on to the building, including renovation. You got machine, plant, machineries. This is new item, market value. After taking the market value, you depreciate. If you don't want to depreciate, use reinstatement value clause. Then you cover the item based on the new item value, even though your item is an old item, new for old, they call it reinstatement value. And then they have stocks, raw material, cost of material, including freight and custom duty, whatever duty is covered. If it is already completed, finished good, we add in production costs on top of this. We add in production costs. Raw material plus production cost. So that is how we get the stock and all that. Other than that, all on market value minus depreciation. Building anything that's fixed to the ground, reconstruction. So just say this example here is talking about where the building cost is, rebuilding cost is 232,000. So normally what you need to do is that today to build this building is 232,000. But I'm already having this building for 10 years, so I must depreciate 20%. So it becomes 185. This percentage up to you, 185. Now from today until next year, the sum insured will still appreciate. Material cost may go up 5%. So you add another 5%, become 195. You round up to 200. This is indemnity basis. If you want to do reinstatement new for all, don't add in wear and tear. Take out the wear and tear. Don't have the wear and tear. Only add in inflation. This year it might go up by 5%. So the total cost of building by the end of this year, December, is 243. But if anything happens in between for maximum impact of inflation, I add another 7%. So 261, 262. For indemnity basis, the value you're going to cover is less than the current value because depreciation. For reinstatement value, the value you're going to cover is more than the current value because you are buying it as a new. Are we okay? Clear? Flat, condo, how to decide sum insured? Yeah. So the sum insured is decided based on the total value of that condominium. So this is the responsibility of the joint management corporation. They have to evaluate the entire. So they normally will get a evaluator to evaluate and come up with the price of the entire condominium, and then common areas how much, individual unit how much, and then they will break up, and then they will charge you a fee for it lah. Charge you a portion for it lah. No. If it's a condominium, the condominium management have to buy it because there's a law. Under Strata Title Act 2013, condominium corporation management is responsible for the insurance for the condominium. The whole condominium they must buy, including common areas. But the contents you can buy. Contents can buy from you, no problem. So if you are meeting clients who are staying in condominium, either get them to introduce you the management corporation so you can also bid and fight for the entire condominium, quote for the entire condominium. At the same time, the contents for your client you can cover. Insurable interest, who has insurable interest? For this stake, the insurable interest falls to the strata title, goes to the management corporation. Okay. Not clear, you ask another question on top of that. Okay, until here, are we okay? Guys, are we okay until here? On this calculation here, we okay, let's go on. Now, so now we already very clear. A lot of things we already answered around why fire insurance is very important, why we need to look at the various aspects and how it works so that we are competent to answer our clients. This session, we are going to talk about what else should I include, the extension that I should be including. So first one, we look at aircraft damage. I said earlier already, before we tell the customer aircraft damage, please read the contents. What is aircraft damage covering? Otherwise, certain things is not covered. And certain things is covered. Then you have problem. Now, if I want to sell my client, want to buy, it's near the airport, I want him to include aircraft damage, I will tell him, aircraft damage include loss or damage to the property insured directly caused by any aircraft damaging it, any aerial devices, not necessarily plane. Can be helicopter, can be drone, can be hot air balloon, can be satellite, anything that is in the aerial, controlled by the aerial. So it's quite a large cover lah. Not necessary for airport. So in the area where people are playing a lot of toy plane, flying toy plane are also part of it. But the policy got condition. See, every extension got a condition. The condition say that the liability of the company shall in no case under the endorsement on the policy exceed the sum insured. Maximum we pay you the maximum sum insured. Okay, no, very fair, no problem. There's no issue. B, does not cover any loss or damage caused by any aircraft for which permission to land has been extended. You see now, what happened is that the helicopter is having problem, and then the pilot is announcing, we want to land, please give us permission to land, we got problem. And then you are the owner of the premises, you see the helicopter shaking, you say, yeah, please move everybody, let the helicopter land. And then instead of landing, the helicopter fall on top of your building. And then you say, no problem lah, what's the problem? I got aircraft damage. But the conditions say you cannot give permission to land, no. Which means not covered. Even though aircraft damage is covered, but you cannot give permission for any aircraft to land in your premises. Means that you must say, no, please don't land. But the first still come and land. Or don't answer him, make don't know lah. Okay? That is how this aircraft damage work. But now you have problem. Your client got helipad lah, on the roof got pad or area got for helicopter landing. You got a helipad landing area, but the policy does not cover it. So you need to adjust this clause number 2, special condition 2 or the B, can be deleted, take it out by paying additional premium of 0.003. So you pay 0.008. Instead of paying 0.005, you pay 0.008. Now you allow the building where got helipad or area where got helipad to land. Even though they land and they damage the place, is covered. Or you want to shout at the flight, come down and land also can, no problem. Do whatever you want. Because the policy allows you to have a helipad or landing permission to land. You taken out already. Once you taken out the exclusion, it becomes an inclusion. Yeah. Earthquake and volcanic eruption. 20, 30 years ago, I tell the agent want to cover earthquake. What for you cover earthquake? Earthquake is not covered. No point. Malaysia got no earthquake. Now I cannot talk like that. Because earthquake happen in Indonesia, he also can be affected. Sabah also, Kota Kinabalu there also got earthquake last time. But this one is very straightforward, got no restriction, no access, so very straightforward lah. Loss or damage caused by earthquake, fire, always they will say fire lah, but fire is automatically covered already lah. Or okay, damage through the consequences of earthquake. So on top of fire, earthquake, and volcanic eruption also is covered. Because under the policy, they will say earthquake and volcanic eruption is not covered. So now you are buying back this to cover it. Huh? I think should buy. Because nowadays we don't know. Malaysia small country. In fact, let me tell you, there was a study done and they says that all of us from Kallang Valley up to Kuantan, Terengganu area, all this area is sitting on a sleeping volcano. Can erupt anytime, not maybe in our lifetime, another lifetime. But it can erupt. So maybe we should cover this. And the countries around us are all having earthquakes. Indonesia especially. Yeah. And the price is not so big, small amount only you pay. Then you have storm and tempest. The other day only my friend called me. Justin, I got problem. I buy this insurance, and then my there was a windstorm. The awnings flew off, and they don't want to pay the claim. What did I say? How come like that one? Windstorm means sure must pay lah. Windstorm you paid or not the premium? You say yeah, I paid the premium. So windstorm happened, but the insurance company don't want to pay for the claim. So I said, no man, let me look at your policy wording. So I look at the policy wording. This is the policy wording. Loss or damage directly caused by fire or otherwise occasioned through or consequence of any hurricane, cyclone, typhoon, windstorm. So windstorm is there covered. Excess is 1%. You only have to pay excess 200,000, 200 ringgit maximum. Whichever is less, maximum. Does not insure, got as condition here, does not insure loss or damage caused by water or rain. So rain come inside, damage not covered. Water damage, I already said not covered. Remember the case I talked about the apartment, the 4-story building and the motherboard got water. I thought this one not covered. But it was a lightning strike. Lightning strike covered. Loss or damage caused by water or rain unless damage first by the insured party. If there was a windstorm and the roof fly off and then the rain come inside and damage all the stock, then it's covered. That's what he's trying to say. Unless there was a windstorm that caused the damage and the water come in from the damaged area, then we are covered. Consequential loss of any kind. Loss of profit. All the policies do not cover loss of profit, so no problem with that. Loss or damage caused by hailstone, hujan batu. All the hailstone, heavy rain, hailstone hit. That's not windstorm. Whether got windstorm or no windstorm is not covered. Subsequent and landslide, you have to cover separately. The soil came down and then your back portion of the building got damaged or landslide. Subsidence means by mendap, event inside or by gravity landslide. But here I say unless peril happen first. If there is a windstorm and the windstorm push the land down, covered. The windstorm cause subsidence to happen, covered. But otherwise not covered. It must be a separate coverage by itself. Explosion, if you need a separate cover by itself. Loss or reason. Sometimes explosion, the thing is so strong, like a wind, it damages you. You think it's damaged by the windstorm, but actually because due to explosion. Loss by reason of any ordinance of law. Anything to do with the law that require you to construct the building in certain manners. Regarding construction and repair of any building, you must follow the law. If you simply repair the building your own fancy way or construct the building without proper regulatory framework, and then the building fall down, maybe lack of cement, lack of whatever requirement. So we will not pay the claim, even though it's windstorm. Which means that a bit of wind blow, the whole building fall down. By right, the building must be able to withstand certain amount of wind. Metal smokestack Metal smokestack. It's a metal thing that coming out from the ground, actually taking out all the smoke out from the factory, outside the building. Like if you go to East Coast, you can see all the oil and gas, the gas coming out. That's called metal smokestack coming out, releasing all the gas out and the heat out. Awnings to the building. This is my friend one, awnings, yeah. Blind, signboard, any outdoor features and fittings not covered. So it is mentioned here, does not cover awnings, blinds, sign and outdoor. So I have to print this out for him and tell him, look here, the policy say it's not covered. If other than windstorm, I don't know how it's going to fall down. Unless otherwise mentioned in the policy. If you want it to be covered, you got to talk to the underwriter to say you want to cover this metal, smokestack, awning, blinds, outdoors, fixtures and fitting. Can. If they agree, can. Under construction, repair, this is construction job. CAR policy will pay for it. Cover under any specific, there is another policy that covers this. This policy will not pay for it. The other policy should pay for it. All buildings under the same address will be considered as one. You got big property there, got many building, all considered as one building. And the important thing is that 7 days freedom of the peril must happen first before you start fresh. Today got windstorm, we pay for it. Tomorrow got no windstorm, then Wednesday got windstorm, consider same event under the same claim. Go back to the same claim. You must have 7 days free of any windstorm, then consider new event. See, got condition. Not so simple to just say take windstorm. Almost the time you get hit is this metal smokestack, awning, all this outdoors, all this thing got damaged. But I bought the windstorm, why you never cover? It's an exclusion. You need to negotiate to put in the policy. Okay. Clear or not until windstorm? Chat box. Before I go to flood, are we progressing okay? Okay, no rule okay lah. What about the rest? Guys. This one is the old one, like like that reply lah, and then I know that I okay, so I don't have to worry about this. Now we go into flood. So I also explained flood. One day I was in Kuantan, and then the place just had a flash flood. The water just came into all the shop lots and all got damaged. And all the agent making so much noise, not Great Eastern one, another company I do for all companies. So the agent are making noise, the insurance company reject the claim. Why? The insurance company say that for flood to pay, they must be inside the building for 7 hours, the water, then only we will pay. If the water just come out and go out, that is not considered flood. Feel like that also got. So no problem. You will have this type of situation every time or any time. Way to overcome this type of situation is, I say, read the wording. Don't fight with anybody. Use the wording to be your discussion. So I also took this wording and read first before I talk to anybody. Let's see what flood means. Loss or damage directly caused by fire or otherwise occasioned by or through or in consequences of flood, including overflow from the sea. So must be flood, and from the sea also can be included. Flood shall mean, they define flood. What is flood? Overflowing, the water overflow, deviation, going wrong road, supposed to go north, they went south, from their normal channel, either natural means sea, river, natural, from the river, outflow from the river, divert from the river, or artificial water causes, drain, artificial. In your house, you have the gutters got stuck, the water overflow from the gutters go inside and damage the property cover, all this, including overflow from the sea. As long as it is a water flow, used for a water flow out of the building, flood can happen, and they can cover under flood. But there is an excess of 1% of the total sum insured, or 2,500, whichever is less, maximum 2,500. But if it's less than that, based on 1%, then we pay less than that. There are certain consequences, certain condition that it will not pay. Consequential loss, won't pay. Loss or profit. Loss or damage caused by hailstone, hujan batu. Whether got wind or not, same like the earlier. Subsidence landslide, same like earlier, must be a separate cover. Explosion must be a separate cover. Loss or reason by any ordinance of law. Anything to do with law, please claim from the law. Or this one is talking about construction. The building construction never do according to the specification by law. Simple water come also, the whole building drop. So we will not pay because you never follow the correct construction or repair mechanism. Cover under specific product. If another product can cover it, this product won't pay unless specifically insured. Unless you want to cover all these outbuildings, smokestack, awning, blind, sign, outdoor, window, all these fixtures, fittings not covered. Not covered. You must mention this in the policy, just like the windstorm just now. Then explosion. Loss or damage to property insured covered by fire or otherwise directly caused by explosion. This is not the domestic explosion, anything to do with explosion. But excluding loss or damage to boiler. Boiler got their own insurance. So boiler insurance cover the boiler exploding, boiler surrounding property, anything to do with boiler, boiler insurance will cover. Economizer, vessel, all this under boiler. Machinery and plant which is under pressure used for the content resulting from the explosion, all this cover the boiler. Okay. Other than that, it's no problem. So you need to rate it either non-industrial. Non-industrial means retail, restaurant, all these normal things. Industrial means manufacturing. So if the manufacturing got boilers, 0.006. If the industry got boilers, 0.008. Without boilers, 0.006. If non-industry, retail. With boilers, 0.008. Without boilers, 0.005. So there are certain rates to cover. The policy does not cover act of terrorism. That's normal. All policies won't cover. Contribution. This is interesting. Contribution condition if two or more policy covering the same are enforced. That means you got two policy covering contribution. If it is something to do with explosion, you can only decide which one to claim. One policy only can claim all. They won't go for contribution. Cover provider under specific. If there is another specific product to cover it, that specific product will have to pay the claim. This product will not pay the claim. Industrial means manufacturing. Anything to do with manufacturing is called industrial. Non-industrial is retail. Nothing to do with manufacturing. Okay. Anything nothing to do with manufacturing called non-industrial. Industrial means manufacturing. Is that clear? So yours is shop lot. Shop lot is non-industrial. Yours is a mama shop. Non-industrial. Office, non-industrial. All this non-industrial. Oh, I want to manufacture metal. This is industrial. Industrial is all manufacturing. Okay. Other than that, all is non-industrial. So now we got others. Impact damage. For 14 now, we have to finish 14. Let's finish the 14. Impact damage. Impact damage. If the premises is near the roadside, car can come and knock, or neighbor's dog can come inside your premises and then destroy your things. So caused by a vehicle or animals. So you can include your own vehicle or exclude your own vehicle. So if you exclude your own vehicle, the excess is 50 ringgit. If you include your own vehicle, excess is 250 ringgit. There is no difference in the pricing. So might as well take including your own vehicle. When come claim, the first 250,000, 250 ringgit, you have to bear. Now your own car, now your gate also is covered. You see, loss or damage to property described in the schedule to the wall, gate, fences, and pertaining directly in the from the impact of any road vehicle. Animals not belonging under the control of insured. If it's excluding means road vehicle, not your car, not your dog, not your animals. The difference is if you include, then you including your vehicle, your family vehicle, anybody's vehicle, and also animal belonging to you or under the control of you. This one also another interesting one. Bursting, overflowing of water tank apparatus. Pipe bocor. How? The resulting damage is covered. The pipe bocor cause damage to your stock. That is what we are covering. The pipe itself is not covered. It is wear and tear. You need to repair wear and tear. Now, even though the wording is so straightforward, bursting, overflowing of water tanks and apparatus or pipes bursting, there are still got exclusions, still got certain things not covered which we need to review. So let's review it. Loss or damage to property insured caused by the bursting and overflowing of water tank apparatus and pipes installed in the building. Excess 1,000. So the first 1,000 is to be borne by the customer, cannot be waived or reduced. I also got one question: can we take out the excess or not? Excess cannot be taken out. So what it does not cover: loss or damage while the premises is unattended for more than 30 days. The keyword is 30 days. Earlier somebody got asked a question. If the premises is unoccupied for how long, that is not covered. 30 days. The Johor Bahru one. They got property in Johor Bahru, more than 30 days. Never come and see the property for more than 30 days. Pipe can bocor, nobody knows. So many things can be damaged. So if untenanted, nobody in the building for more than 30 days, no bursting, overflowing water tank apparatus cover. Also got no fire cover. Let me know. Loss or damage discharge for leaking of installation of sprinkler. Sprinkler got nothing to do with sprinkler by itself. You must buy another cover called sprinkler cover. The special condition does not cover for anything exceeding the sum insured. So maximum we pay the sum insured. Loss of profit not covered. Another C is very important. Due to defect that the insured covered, the insured fail to remedy, fail to correct, fail to repair after being received notice of such defect for any person. So what it means that plumber come and tell you already you need to repair this one is going to bocor already. You say, no mind, we can wait. And then you wait, and then actually it bocor. If you already got a warning or notice or whatever, and you never rectify or do remedy to improve the piping system, if anything happen, we won't be responsible. That's what I'm trying to say. Very hard to prove whether you got any advice or not, but just telling you, if the adjuster found out, will not be paid. Then you got electrical installation. We are talking here about overrunning machine, excess pressure, short circuit. Short circuit is the most self-heating, arching, or leaking of electricity. Let's talk about short circuit. Most of it is short circuit. Many times you use your machine overrun, then short circuit and then burn. What happens is that insurance risk is going up when you are running the machine excessively and then short circuit and burn. Insurer will have to pay the claim because short circuit or overrunning, over access, nothing is mentioned in the policy about it. Policy is silent. Silent means uninsured risk. But the resultant is fire. Uninsured risk, but resultant in fire, we will follow the resultant risk fire. We will pay the claim. So anything that is from some proximate cause that is not mentioned in the policy, but followed with something that is covered under the policy, we will pay the claim. Only time if it's under exclusion, then we won't pay the claim. Other than exclusion, we have to pay the claim. So insurer is at the disadvantage when there is manufacturing, motor workshop, workshop risk. These two got extra risk because they're running the machine non-stop. So what the insurer do is that if yours is manufacturing or workshop, they will put in a clause A, free of charge. Not that they ask you to put in, they will put in. If they put in this clause, what it says that if there is short circuit, overrunning of the machine, excess pressure, whatever, leaking of electricity, and there is a fire happen and damage to the machine and damage to the surrounding, we will pay the surrounding, but we will not pay for the machine. The machine we will not pay because machine is the cause of the problem. Some clients say cannot. My machine is 3 million. My building is only 1 million. My machine is most expensive asset. So if that is the case, whenever an insurance company put in clause A, as an agent, our duty is to tell them to take out the clause A and put in clause B. Pay a bit extra, 0.056%, put in clause B. Clause B will say if the machine is overrunning lah, or short circuit lah, overheating lah, leaking lah, and cause fire to the whole building and the machine is destroyed, we will pay for everything, including the machine that caused that damage. So we cover the $3 million machine already. So whenever there is a clause A inserted, we should encourage the participant or the client to select clause B. Clause B will help them protect their machine. Yeah. Are we okay? Guys, are we okay? Yes, no? Check box. Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Okay, the rest I don't know. Yes, please answer in the chat box. That's what the purpose of the chat box is. Anyway, we'll go on. I assume that you already know lah. Okay. We will go on to bush and lalang. Now this is very careful to look at this bush lalang. If you look at the policy wording after, I'm going to show you the policy wording. Under condition 8, they got say that experimental burning, accidental or non-accidental, or burning, clearing land, including bush and lalang fire, is not covered under the policy. So your client area got bush. If in the client area got bush, it is not to buy this product. It's wrong. This is your cover client's place. Wait, Oh, very hard to draw lah. I also don't know how to draw. So anyway, this is a fire. This is the diagram you see lah. This fire, and in your client place got all this bush lalang, and the bush lalang caused the fire happen. Even though you have bush lalang fire, it was not going to pay the claim. Because when you take the bush lalang and lalang fire cover, it is covering bush lalang outside your area. Your neighbor house got bush lalang. If from the neighbor house started and come into your place, it's covered lah. Or Outside outside is the government area, no man's land, government area. From the no man's land and government area, the fire started from the bushes there and then come to your place. That is where you need this bush lalang cover. Bush lalang is to cover areas you got no control. In your own area, you cannot have bush lalang. So even though you buy bush lalang, you must clear your area free of bush lalang. Loss or damage caused by bush lalang, provided that during the currency of the policy, every reasonable effort has been made to keep your area, insured areas, clean and free of lalang and undergrowth. In your area cannot have lalang. So outside your area you can have lalang. This is your area. Here you can have lalang, no problem. Because this one not your responsibility to clear. But here you cannot have lalang. Must be free. Now better lah. If you don't cover bush lalang, the policy say that bush lalang is exclusion. Subsidence and landslide. That they got some question on this area. You can ask question, no problem. I'm sharing with you what other people ask the question. You put your question here. So that day got somebody ask question. He say, how are we to advise customer to cover subsidy and landslide? We also don't know their land. So first, subsidence and landslide got 3 cover. It cover tanah mendap, land subsidence, then the land went into the ground because maybe got hollow underneath. Underneath got river, the river got limestone, eat up the limestone, become hollow, and then the whole thing drop inside. That's called subsidence. Like what is that? The condominium that dropped down last time, in Ampang there. Okay, so that is subsidence. And then the landslide is because of gravity. Gravity pull it down. So you see that in Ampang area got many area where hilly area, the land pull it down. Ipoh the day in Bercham there got land because of landslide, because of gravity. The kitchen, the behind property all collapse. Gentings always come out in the paper, landslide. So can happen. Bukit Bintang also got landslide. So how do we know? Based on whether the property is on a highland or on a flat land. Number 1. Number 2, got previous experience or not. Already 30, 50 years got nothing happen. Most likely it's not going to happen unless it's earthquake. Earthquake different. It's talking about subsidence and landslide. Flatland, normally, if don't have experience, normally it will not happen. But if they already got experience around that area, that is how you figure out that this one needs to be covered. Okay. And number 2, landslide cover, the excess is very high. Okay. 5% or 25,000, whichever is lower. The excess. It covers damage to property caused by subsidence, landslide, and there's also one word called here heave. This is called ground heave. Ground heave is the land not collapsing, no, land expanding up. Mud after rain, and then when it dry, it expand. The property on the mud can get destroyed. So that's called ground heave. In which building stand or land belonging it or damages. But important to note that under subsidence and landslide, certain things are excluded. Number 1, excluded. Loss or damage to swimming pool, terrace, patio, drive, footwall, wall, fence, gate, anything outside is not covered. Outbuilding, garages are not covered. They only will be covered if the swimming pool and the building damaged at the same time. The outbuilding and the main building damaged at the same time. If the main building is not damaged, only the outside is damaged, we're not going to pay the claim. That's what this clause is saying. If yours is one building only, you are taking insurance on the building. In the building or swimming pool, no problem. If the building damaged, the swimming pool damage is definitely is covered. this cover is okay. But if your client got big land, swimming pool outside there, outbuilding here, outbuilding there, then cannot use this cover. They need to change the cover to B. This is subsidence landslide, but deletion of A. They delete out this first part here. They delete out this and they cut out. When they cut out this out means if swimming pool is damaged, we will pay for it. If patio is damaged, we pay regardless whether the main building is damaged at the same time or not. But you don't use the standard cover, you do the second cover, you pay a bit extra uh, extra premium lah. Okay, other than that, damage resulting from movement of solid floor flap, the tiles move. Sometimes it's bad construction work lah. Tiles move and the foundation also is damaged, yes. But only the tiles only moving, the foundation never move, are not covered lah. Coastal and river erosion, river water demolition, structure repair, alteration, CAR. Defective design, maybe professional indemnity. Inadequate construction or foundation, they never did the job properly, they cause it to damage. Nothing to do with landslide. All this won't be covered. The first one can be taken out. So the excess is 5% or total submission 25,000. You want to cover your outbuilding, your swimming pool and all that, then you take this one, all taken out already from the damage to the property. Same, everything is same. Only thing the first one is taken out, the swimming pool and outbuilding is taken out. You pay 25% extra. If the house is caused by firecrackers, fire policy will cover or not. So the children are playing firecrackers and firecrackers fly and hit the house and the house burn. We are covering fire insurance, so we have to pay the claim. Insurer will have to pay the claim. After the insurer pay the claim, the person who caused these firecrackers to go onto the house will be held responsible by the insurance company. Insurance company will take him to court. May take him to court if they want to recover back the losses Subrogation. This is your example is a subrogation. The building is covered, no problem. Your building is always covered because of fire. This is not something that is restricted. It is done by the authority, or after we will see the exclusions. We will after paying the fire, we will go after the firecrackers player, the person who played the firecrackers, because of common law. You're not supposed to play firecrackers, or you're supposed to play firecrackers in a safe environment. You did not take care of the surrounding. You are responsible for the damages to the surrounding. You breach the duty of care. Still can sue the person. And then you have spontaneous combustion. Burn by itself. Charcoal can burn by itself. Certain item, if left alone because of the heating of whatever condition, can burn by itself. So you take spontaneous combustion, fire only. Destroyed by fire by its own burning, internal, spontaneous fermentation, heating or combustion. Maximum we pay sum insured, not covering any profits. That's it. If your item can be destroyed by not only fire, by other things also. If flood happen, water damage can cause it to be damaged, or other things can be damaged because of spontaneous fermentation, heating and combustion. These three things can cause the thing to be damaged. You got the inherent quality, internal quality that can cause it to go bad. Like banana, after a few days it become bad. Then you go for full cover. Not necessary fire, everything is covered. So double, the price is double. Not covered, same. Not exceeding sum insured, loss of profit and all that, not covered. Riot, strike and malicious damage is exclusion for all policies. So you want to cover, you have to extend this and then you can cover it. Riot is rusuhan, people civil war, whatever, people not happy, disturbance, public disturbance. Now, in a public disturbance, people can throw things and get your property on fire. Damage to your property, not unnecessary fire. They can throw chair, table, or what on your property can get damaged. Or FRU coming to stop the people, or police, or army, FRU coming to stop. The FRU can damage your property also unintentionally, also covered. There are 4 cover. One cover, the people involved in the disturbance can damage your property. Number 2, the authority, FRU or police or army, suppressing the riots can also cause damage to your property. Number 3, people are stuck in the building. You break the building to allow them people to come out. The strikers themselves damage also can cause damage to the building, willfully breaking it. Or the police also can stop people from breaking things or out of the building, preventing such a willful act. So all 4 are covered under riot and strike. Malicious damage means somebody have a bad intention, bad intent. They don't like you, but they but you don't know who lah. Like the one in Puchong, they throw the bomb. But they say this one is a fight between 2 people, and then the police say police never come. Police never say anything. The next thing they say is that somebody went and put in the Facebook that they are responsible for it. They're going to bomb all the pubs in KL. Terrorism attack. So terrorism not covered. Then police make announcement. This is not terrorism. This is a gang fight. Maliciously damage or accidentally or maliciously damage your property lah. So we will pay the claim. After that, we will sue the people who caused the damage if we can find them. And then the next day, police say no. This one is memang terrorism. So terrorism not covered means won't pay the claim lah. So malicious damage act of any person, bad intention. But it does not cover theft, house breaking, burglary attempt. They're just damaging only. Damages only. And then if your area got trees lah, the branch can fall on the building, got durian runtuh lah, durian, or bird cage falling down. Things can fall down from the tree, damaged by falling tree or branches or object therefrom. Loss or damage to property or walls, gate, fences around pertaining, therefore resulting from damage of trees, branches, object. Excess 250 for each claim. Right, so you just clear your area from this tree lah, so you don't have such a issue. And then cold storage. Last time COVID, the vaccine, they keep in the fridge, must put in a cold temperature. So if anything happen to the fridge, the vaccine can be damaged. Same like electrical installation, the insurer will put in a clause. Whenever there is a fridge involved in any processes, they will put in a clause A. Free lah, because insurer put in. The policy does not cover damage if there is any change in temperature resulting in the destruction of the refrigerating plant caused by fire or any other peril insured. The fire caused it to be the fridge to lose temperature, and then the item inside there is damaged. It's not covered. The items inside there is not covered. Or any of the perils. So what we do is that every time insurance company put in clause A, we put in clause B. We advise. So 2 things you need to know. EICA change to EICB. Cold storage clause A change to clause AB. Now, if you put in clause A, now change of temperature resulting for destruction because of fire or any other peril, the contents is damaged, is covered. That's the whole item, especially if the contents is very expensive, like the COVID vaccines. Very expensive. And then we have all these exclusions. Okay, we do the exclusion. After that, I'm going to condition. So let me finish this exclusion, then we just take 5 minutes break. So that we're not pushing too much information. Just 5 minute toilet break. Not now, not now. Let me finish this slide and then we'll do it. And then we'll finish up with the conditions. Yeah. So in the fire insurance, there are certain things not covered, exclusion. And the exclusion is written in condition 5, 6, 7, 8. All this is exclusion, exclusion, exclusion. So if later when I go into the condition, I will go into condition 4, I will skip 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I go to 9. Because 5, 6, 7, 8 is this one. All the exclusions are here. What it does not cover? Loss by theft. Theft should be burglary insurance. Okay. Loss by theft during and after a fire is not covered. Own fermentation, own self destroyed, natural spontaneous combustion not covered. But I said just now you can cover this by including spontaneous combustion. Add this, otherwise not covered. The other one is, another area is, or it's undergoing any heating or drying process. Drying process, heating, and this one, why you put this one falls under it. This I just rearrange 1, 2, 3, 4 until 30 now, but actually if you go inside, it will say this one is under 5. This one is under 5. This one is under 8. Okay. Anyway, when you read policy, you can see all this. It's undergoing heating or drying process. If yours is a laundry, your client is a laundry, the clothes in the laundry undergoing drying process is not covered if there's a fire happen. Or it damaged by itself because laundry not working. So you need to add in a bit of loading to the price, 10% loading or 0.01 extra premium, then it will cover this heating and drying process. So whenever there's laundry, make sure you add this in, or any other occupation that involves drying and heating process. Burning of the property by the authority, I say already fire happened, but the fire is because the authority is the one who burn it. This is the example I'm talking about. Cannot, you must claim from the authority. Even though this is a fire policy, certain times the fire is not covered. This is one of the time, public authority. Government is burning because they make highway, you are stopping their progress. You claim from them. Subterranean fire, another one not covered. Underground fire. Underground fire, fire coming from down, up, not covered. But if you buy house owner, householder, this is covered. They mention in the house owner, householder policy, cover fire, subterranean fire, thunderbolt. Thunderbolt means big lightning, also covered. But normal policy, fire, commercial fire policy does not cover subterranean fire. Nuclear risk. Anything to do with nuclear, radioactive, ionizing are not covered. Earthquake, not covered. You can buy back. How we talk about just now, earthquake, we can buy back. Typhoon, windstorm, we can buy back, but got condition. War, definitely we cannot cover. Mutiny, riot, we can buy back. Riot, strike, malicious damage, just now we went through. Act of terrorism, not covered. Act terrorism means acting alone or in behalf of a group or ideology. Pollution, contamination, not covered. But 11 and 12 comes together. Contamination and pollution not covered. But because of pollution and contamination, there is a fire happen. Covered. Or before the contamination, there was a flood. Flood came in, flood is covered, and flood caused the contamination is covered. As long as pollution and contamination is linked to a peril, before or after is covered. Otherwise, it's not covered. By itself, contamination and pollution is not covered. By itself, like in Johor Bahru, they throw the, I don't know what, in the river, and all the factories stock all got contaminated. There is no peril involved. Not covered. But if there was a flood happen and the water from the river went up and into the factory and caused that to be contaminated, it's covered. Or there was a fire after contamination, also covered. As long as there's insured peril together with it, it's covered. Otherwise, unless otherwise expressly stated, if you want to cover, you must mention in the policy. All this on the right hand side. It's not covered unless you want to cover, you must mention. Good health interest, I mentioned earlier already, not covered. If you want to cover, you must mention in the stock there. Item 1, own goods, how much? Item 2, good health interest, how much? You must break down. Otherwise, not covered. Bullion, unset precious stones, all this very expensive. If you're not covered, even though you want to cover underwriting, might not want to cover it. Curiosity work of art, painting, only I pay 500. Anything happen to painting, art of curiosity, only maximum I pay 500. You go to the Musk building, the CEO office, one painting is 4 million, 10 million, 15 million. I don't know why they buy so many big painting. They must specifically state the item and the amount. Otherwise, only cover 500. A manuscript, plan, drawing, all these not covered. Molds, models, security obligation documents, stamp, all this not covered. Coal. Coal you must buy spontaneous combustion. If you don't buy, not covered. Explosive, not covered. You want to cover, you get underwriting approval. All this can be get underwriting approval. Any loss, damage, occasion through consequence of explosion, but loss or damage by explosion of domestic boiler, gas emitting for domestic purposes in gas, in which case is considered as fire. This is one 8F. This all is related to 8F. We say that if there is any explosion due to domestic, is considered as a fire within the meaning of this policy. So we will pay for the claim. Domestic gas explosion we pay. Other than that, we will not pay. Any loss or damage occasioned through the consequence of burning. This is the one I said, not covering bush lalang. Not covered. All this not covered. Whether experimental burning or accidental or otherwise burning, forest burning, bush lalang, prairie, what pampas, jungle, all this clearing of land. Some people are in the evening they want to clear the land, they burn all the leaves, all and all that, and then cause fire. Not covered. You must add in bush and lalang. Only then bush lalang is covered outside your compound area. Those not within your control is covered. Within your control is not covered. Okay. Let's take just 5 minutes for me also to breathe a bit lah. Now is 12:06. 4 minutes enough lah. 3 minutes. 12:10. 12:10. 12:10 we do. Are we okay? Can you hear me? Just we do this. Just 12:10 short break. I will check back if they are left any question here. All answered already, no problem. So question put on here. Okay. Are we there? Yo. Okay. So let's start back from here. Okay, so we have covered all the exclusion, we have covered all the extra perils. Now we need to make sure we also understand condition, because most important in claim is what we call condition precedent to liability. In order for insurer to pay the claim as a liability, they must make sure that the condition are fulfilled. So many of these conditions are already covered. So when the area I've covered, I will go a bit faster. The area not covered, I will explain. So omission, non-disclosure of material fact is almost good faith. Must declare all the information so that underwriting can make a proper rating. No payment unless there is a printed form. The payment receipt must be in black and white, must have a receipt, company receipt. If the customer paid the agent and the agent don't pay the insurance company and never issue receipt and there is a claim, insurance company will still fulfill provided that the customer can prove that they made the payment. But the agent will have a problem investigation why he never paid the premium to the insurance company. Give notice to the corporation of any insurance and insurances already affected. Co-insurance, we discussed that in the morning. Contribution will apply. We will share the loss among these policies. This one is interesting. All insurance under the policy on the building, on the property, on the rent, on any other subject matter coverage in connection with the building shall cease immediately, no cover anymore immediately. When there is a fall, the wall fall down, the building fall down, there is no insurance cover of such building or any part of the building fall down, which caused the building to be impaired in the form of usefulness. Cannot be used, the building. If the building, the wall fall down, still can use the building, it's okay. Still got cover. If the wall fall down, cannot use, very dangerous, cannot use the building, there is no insurance. And or increase the fire risk, also got no insurance. And we will not pay for any claim. The customer has the burden to prove that the building fall because of fire or any of the perils. They have to prove. If it is fall because of fire or any of the peril, the claim will be paid. If it fall nothing to do with any of the perils, not only the claim won't be paid, the policy is also considered as voidable already, not covered anymore, until the building is repaired back to a safe condition. If there is a change of trade, must inform insurance company. If you don't change the insurance company, the policy is ceased, not valid. Unoccupied for more than 30 days. This is the question that you asked this morning. Johor Bahru one. The policy will not operate if it is unoccupied more than 30 days. So you need to get someone there to actually come and check every 1 month. On the light, off the light, open the door, close the door, that's it lah. Somebody is there. Unoccupied. Property be moved to any building or place other than in which it is stated. So you are covering Johor Bahru, but the property you move to Singapore already for some use. You want to use the sofa set or whatever property. So you need to put in a clause. The clause is temporary removal clause. If you put in the clause temporary removal clause, you will overcome this. Otherwise, not covered. Notice of quit given by the authority. Authority already asked you, please leave this area. We want to make a road, but you don't want to move. So they burn this or destroy your property, not covered. The policy does not cover any loss or damage covered by marine. If you have a marine policy that covered the marine goods are good in transit, so the shipment already come to the port. From the port, you already taken to the factory, but you haven't unload yet, and then fire happened at the factory. The marine policy will have to pay. Anything covered under the marine policy will have to pay first. Just say your stock is 500,000. Your marine policy is only 300,000. So the marine policy will pay 300,000. The balance, the difference will be paid by your policy. That's how it works. Huh? Anything in excess only will be paid by the policy. You want to cancel policy, anytime can cancel, short period rate. Percentage. Huh? Insurer want to cancel because suddenly this risk, furniture is very dangerous. They don't want to go into furniture risk, so they want to cancel. Insurer wants to cancel, must give 14 days notice of termination to the last known address, registered post. Last known address in the system. And we will charge pro rata. Sometimes the client already moved from here to another place, and then we send notice in the last known address. The affluent never received. And then fire happened, he wants to claim. He said, God, no, he never received any notice of cancellation. Cannot. Because the policy says last known address in the system. If you have shifted from one place to another place, correspondent address has changed, you have to inform the insurance company. Then notice of notification very important. Whenever there is claim, immediately notify insurance company. Each policy will have a different notification period. Each product. Fire insurance, 15 days notification after the loss of such further time approved by the insurer. We will not cover any profit, only the production cost. If you have any other insurance, please allow us. We can share the contribution will apply. Insured has its own cost. So if you want to claim, everything is on your own cost. You must provide documentation, everything to the insurer, including, if required, declaration of oath. Term and condition of policy must always be met. That is part of the condition preceding to claims. Just now somebody asked about fire brigade. The answer is actually here. The policy is extended extra to include. If there are workers, your workers during the fire help the fire bomber, your worker salary, insurance company will pay. The policy will pay. Full-time members of fire brigade, we won't pay. They got salary by the government. The firefighting appliances you use already finished already, we refill back for you. We repair back whatever firefighting appliances, we replace back for you. The cost of it, including if any clothes, any other items belonging to the people helping in the fire destroyed, we will also pay for it. If it's not covered anywhere else. Fire brigade charges 3,000 normally they charge. After they go back, they give you a bill. That one also we cover. Provided it is necessary and reasonable incurred in execution. It must be something to do with stopping the fire. And also the surrounding properties. Your neighbor's house also we can cover. Immediately threatening to evolve. Also cover the damages to the neighbor's house by the bomber water. Surrounding property insured, that means what is insured by you. Or immediately threatening, not insured, but immediately threatening to cause the fire to spread. We can also cover that under here. Now got claim happen. On the happening of any loss, the insurer sends his loss adjuster. The client must allow the loss adjuster to enter, keep in possession anything in the building, ask for any property they want to review, examine the loss, remove, sell, dispose, everything you must allow them to do. Above is exercisable at any time until the insurer say, I don't want to claim, then you cannot do all this. So in short, what he's saying that don't hinder. Not complying or hindering, don't hinder. The insured in exercising his right can cause the policy benefit to be forfeited. In Alostar, your area like Alostar. Some of you from Alostar, fire happened and there got 4 machines destroyed. The owner is a Tan Sri, not your insurance company, another insurance company. So they want to claim. And then the insurance company send the adjuster. Adjuster go there, the Tan Sri scold the adjuster, don't allow adjuster to go into the premises. So adjuster come back and say to the insurance company, they cannot go inside because Tan Sri don't allow them to go inside. So what the insurance company did was use condition 14. Hindering, not complying, not allowing our representative to do their work. Policy forfeited, so they reject the claim. Tan Sri get angry, that time is Rosma Manso. Najib's wife. Call Najib's wife. What lah, your insurance company don't want to pay claims and all that. So Rosma Mansur called the Bank Negara governor, Zeti. So Zeti called the insurance company CEO and scolded the CEO. Why you are doing this and all that? Give me extra headache. Rosma, you know lah. So insurance company say we have to find another way. Cannot simply reject. So they can reject this one, but because of political pressure, they scared to reject. So they send they got a police warrant, send the police together with the adjuster second time. So this time the Tan Sri saw the police coming out. Oh, very nice lah. Make for them tea lah, buy for them tea, makan dulu, let them have a look and then go inside. And then the adjuster go and check everything already, come back and tell the insurance company, I cannot do this work because too complicated. We need a forensic expert. So forensic expert, they engage a forensic expert, go and check. The forensic report say only one machine is destroyed. Another 3 machine is not missing. No trace of any other machine. So insurance company paid for 1 machine. But if they want, they can use condition 15 to reject. Condition 15 say any fraudulent. If the Tan Sri is fraudulent, she was claiming for 4, but actually it's only 1, we can reject based on this. Any false declaration. See, false declaration, 4 machine, but actually only 1 machine. So we can actually reject, but they're scared to reject. Loss, destruction, or damage by willful act, purposely destroying it, not covered. If any claims have been made and rejected by the insurer, and you never make an appeal within 3 months, all the benefit is forfeited. So one of the important things you need to tell the client is that if they have been rejected or not happy with the claim, they must always appeal. Later decide whether they want to go ahead with the appeal or not is up to them, but appeal first so that they can comply with condition 15. Insurer may at its option offer to reinstate, replace. So when there's a claim, the insurer will decide whether they want to pay cash, they want to repair, replace, or reinstate. Together, alone, or together with other insurer, they will have to do this work. When the insurer is claiming, insurer will have to bear all the costs. The last line is important. If there is any restriction by regulation, the insurer shall only be liable to that sum. For example, your building is 3-story and then burned down already. Now you go to municipality, get approval for 3-story, they don't want to give you because they only want to give you 2-story only. They say 3-story cannot make in this area. So you got approval for 2-story. Insurer is only obligated to make for you 2-story according to whatever you have got. Don't ask insurer, give me 2-story and give me cash for 1-story. No such thing. They will only repair up to whatever is allowed lawfully allowed. But if you want to make 4-story also can. If allowed by the municipality, 4-story also can. Originally 3, now you make 4. Insurer will pay for 3-story, you pay for the 1 extra story. Can. Betterment can. Betterment will be borne by the insured. Insured will have to pay for betterment. So if any machine is lost, we will use market value machine. We will go to the manufacturer to get the market value. We will go to the distributor, wholesale distributor to get the market value. We can also get market value from adjuster. We can get market value from valuer. After we got the market value, then only we depreciate. If it is not, it's a reinstatement value clause, then we will not depreciate also. Insurer at his own expenses will do and conquer to do anything necessary, enforcing the right of the insured in subrogation. So subrogation, if insurer is suing another person to recover back, insured must support the insurer. More than one policy, contribution will apply. Less than the actual sum insured, average cost will apply. I showed you formula already just now. 21 we can discuss. Once there is a loss happen, say $20,000 loss, so the sum insured will reduce by 20,000. What the policy does is that policy will reinstate back to 100,000. We'll put back the 20,000 to the original 100,000, for example. Now, the cost you have to pay, the difference. So today happened, July, fire happened, 20,000 stock is damaged. After the repair is the stock is repair is done, the stock we increase back from the time of the loss, increase back to the 20,000 back into the policy. So any one time the policy is covered full lah. That is reinstatement of sum insured, but must pay the additional premium. If you don't pay the additional premium, automatically we will not give you the extra cover. Insurer is not liable for damages or losses after the expiry date. Yeah, normal. Anything you want to discuss with insurance company must be black and white. Take note. Customer say increase sum insured, say don't worry, I will do it. Then you talk to insurance company, please increase sum insured. Sometimes you forget to tell insurance company to increase sum insured. Very dangerous. So if the client say increase sum insured, you tell the client, please send me an email instructing me to increase the sum insured. That is the proof. Proof is all black and white. If there is any dispute, not happy on the amount of loss or damages, we can sort this out using our arbitrator. Arbitrator is a lawyer who has gone through this arbitrator process. They have the qualification. They know how to do arbitration by appointment writing by all parties. Single arbitrator shall be appointed. If not agreeable, they will appoint two disinterested arbitrator, two parties. Two disinterested arbitrator. Both of these will discuss and come up with a solution. If both cannot make a decision, we will get an umpire to review the arbitrator decision. Decision of the arbitrator is final. So they can sort the dispute between the insured and insurer. The condition last one, 25 says that the jacket got a lot of information there. Say this one not covered, this one not covered, not covered. This is a standard jacket. The schedule we attach to the jacket, we want to cover riot, we want to cover earthquake, we want to cover flood. So the schedule that we attach to the jacket override the jacket. That's all he's trying to say. Whenever there is a policy and a jacket together and the schedule, all this will be read together. Where there is a specific meaning to it, it will apply. Yeah. Then we talk about type of clauses. Just now we say removal clause, temporary removal. 10% of the sum insured is kept aside to cover any temporary removal of machines for cleaning, renovation, modification, repair, anywhere in Malaysia, Singapore, and Brunei. For contents also got, for household contents also got. Excluding motor vehicles not covered, motor chassis not covered, property held in trust not covered. Stock also not covered. But under the house owner can cover. This is commercial, commercial no. And also the other difference is householder, the limit is 15%. Removal of debris, just now we decided, with separate sum insured. You have the sum insured, this is what it cover. Moving the debris, dismantling, demolishing, shoring, taking out all the B and C can only be covered if you cover building and machine. If you only cover stock, only A will apply. So whatever amount that you have allocated will be covered for it. If without separate sum insured, automatically this one will cover. B and C also will be excluded if you don't have the building and the machine. If building and machine is covered together, then only B and C also is covered. Now, if you without separate sum insured, they give you to 10% of the total sum insured is allocated for removal of debris up to a maximum of 2 million in aggregation, all the buildings. Warranty we discussed earlier. I say warranty is a policy condition, must fulfill the warranty, and otherwise policy will be voidable. Like for example, 3A says storage of warranty A cannot have more than 6,000 liter of kerosene, petrol 900 liter, matchbox, all this one 30 kilo. So your customer got more than 900 liter of petrol, you cannot use warranty A. You must change it to warranty B by paying additional premium. Warranty B say can put as much as the law of Malaysia allow. That's a loading 25%. If a retail shop got 100 liter, more than 900 liter, cannot use this warranty. Policy will be voidable automatically. Any claim also won't be paid. Might as well you change the warranty B then make the policy valid. Okay, this is case study. Retail outlet 1 million, building stock 500, good health interest 500, computer equipment 300, removal of debris 20,000, architect surveyor fee 20,000. Want to cover aircraft damage, impaired damage, bursting open water tank apparatus, loss of rent. So first thing we do is we look at the occupation. This is a retail outlet. So retail general merchandise 0.225. Look at the side here. What is the warranty apply? 3A. Go back to 3A and see whether this one apply or not. If cannot apply, change it to 3B. Yeah. Otherwise, first thing you do, get the rate ready, then you go down to the calculation. List down all the details. Some insured building, stock, good health interest, computers, remote debris, architect, surveyor fee, 20,000, 20,000, rental, how many months? 12 months, 60,000. If you said 6 months, 30,000. So you add up all these, you go total sum insured 2.4 million. Now, what do you want to cover? Basic cover 229. And then you add aircraft damage 0.005, impact damage 004, overflowing water pipes 0.005, flood 0.086, windstorm, riot strike. All this you add up together with the basic become 358. So 2.4 million times 358% becomes 8592. This is the premium charge before service tax and all that. So 3A will apply. If you want to change it, you can change it to 3B, no problem. So from here, you see that you want to calculate. First, calculate the sum insured. Then add in all the perils, all the rating on the extra perils together. Then only get the final peril.